For the ball game, and a fly ball to right center field. That's going to drop in for a hit, and one hop to the wall. Ronald heading for second. He'll stop right there. You know it had to cross his mind for a brief second. Could I get 3 out of this? But he just cruises into second, and it's a leadoff double for Acuna.
Yeah, this guy is just unbelievable. Red hot here lately. Matches the color of his uniform, man. And Alcantara, as good as he is, Ronald has had some really good numbers against him in his career. And just pounced all over that first pitch fastball down and away.
Well, Ronald has just been on another level. And chatting with Snit before the game, he said, look, we know how good Ronald is. We all saw that in 2023. But how could we have expected this out of the gate after the injury? Olsen strikes one to deep left field. Stowers going to go back to the warning track. Backpedals, makes the catch. Acuna tags from second, goes into third base standing. And with one down, the Braves have a runner at third. So they come out swinging. 2 pitches into the game, and the Braves have a runner at third base with 1 out.
Yeah, both Ronald and Matt jumping on first pitch sinkers. That is Sandy Alcantara's favorite pitch. Along with his four-seamer, he throws them both about around a quarter of the time. So half fastballs, and then his best off-speed pitch is a changeup that is devastating when it's right. Also has a couple breaking balls to go along with that.
Climbing in Austin Riley. And Riley takes a ball inside. The time of the first pitch brought to you by Schumann Farms. Look for real sweet brand Vidalia onions from Schumann Farms in a store near you. Starting this ball game up at 1:40 Eastern, 12:40 Central. Roof closed, 72 degrees inside. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Riley. Alcantara brings it. Riley grounds one out to short, and it gets through Otto Lopez. Make it 1-0 Braves. Infield was in, and Riley bounced that right under the glove of Otto Lopez, who thought he had it, and he whiffed it. And it's 1-0 Atlanta.
Not sure what happened there. I mean, Riley smoked it pretty well, but Lopez, a really good defensive shortstop. He might have already been thinking about trying to get Ronald at the plate and just took his eye off the prize there.
I think that's exactly what happened. Trying to play that second hop. And they will go base hit for Austin Riley. So he'll pick up the RBI. 1-0 Braves. Here's Ozuna. There's a called strike. We gave you the numbers earlier for Alcantara. A record of 3-8 and a 6.88 ERA. His last outing, 5 innings versus the Phillies, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts, and surrendered 2 homers. Took the loss to the Phillies. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Ozuna drives one to deep center. Myers back to the warning track. Myers to his right. Makes the catch on the track. And 2 down in the inning. Man, some really hard-hit balls and some loud outs here in the first inning.
Yeah, that's for sure. These Braves hitters seeing this pretty well. There's a lot of history between these two clubs, and specifically with Alcantara. He's faced these Braves quite a few times, but I can't recall this kind of contact against a vintage Sandy Alcantara. You know, when he's right, he's borderline unhittable, but Braves seeing it pretty well here in the first inning.
1-0 Braves. Here's Drake Baldwin. They went deep yesterday. And Baldwin takes a first pitch ball. This with a slider. Well, the ball that Ronald hit came off his bat at 102. Olsen's ball, 96. Riley's ground ball, 106. That was really popped to that left side. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin. And Baldwin takes a called strike. The ball that Ozuna just hit, 104 off the bat. Some really high exit velocities here early versus Alcantara. 1-1, swung on, fouled back. For Alcantara, mentioned that he lost in his last outing. That was against the Phillies on the 16th. He did win 2 starts ago, and that ended a stretch of 9 starts in a row without a win. And he's allowed 4 earned runs or more in 8 of his 14 starts this year. I'm used to seeing numbers like that versus Alcantara. 1-2 to Baldwin, and a fly ball to left field. Kyle Stowers looking up towards the roof, walking in. He's under it, and he's got it for the 3rd out. But the Braves come away with a run on 2 hits and have the early lead. Bryce Elder.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico. For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with 5X frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep. Look, ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor.
You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
Free oil changes. Okay, roll it. See store for details.
The original Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's the perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
This is John Michaels. Don't miss Atlanta Braves today and your chance to win a pair of Braves tickets every weekday morning on The Locker Room during our 7 a.m. hour on the radio home of the Atlanta Braves, 680 The Fan.
Ben, Darren, and Jay Chad with you from Lone Depot Park in Miami, where the Braves lead the Marlins 1-0 into the bottom of the first inning. Here's the leather for Atlanta. Matt Olson at first base, Ozzie Albies at second, Nick Allen at shortstop, and Austin Riley at third base. In the Braves outfield, Alex Verdugo is in left field, Michael Harris patrolling center field, Ronald Acuna on the prowl in right field. Drake Baldwin, the catcher, and on the mound, the 26-year-old right-hander Bryce Elder. He's out of Decatur, Texas. 6'2", 220, making his 12th start of the season. First pitch to Xavier Edwards, swung on, fouled back, down into our left. And a 0-1 count on Edwards. It'll be Edwards, Sanchez, and Lopez for the Marlins. Braves jumped right on him with an early run. A double by Acuna. Two batters later, a single by Riley. And the Braves plated that run. Edwards sends one foul and into the seats down the left field line. Meanwhile, Bryce Elder on the mound. 2-3 with a 4.41 ERA. Correction, 4.45 ERA. And Darren trying to bounce back from a rough outing versus the Rockies last go-round.
Yeah, he sure is. And I think, watching Bryce pitch, it all comes down to command for him. Last start against the Rockies, he just wasn't really sharp. He wasn't working the edges of the plate and putting his stuff where he wanted to put it.
Well, 2 to Edwards. He'll reach and foul one back.
And Bryce has so much movement on his pitches, especially horizontally, that that game against San Francisco, when it was really dancing, he was putting it wherever he wanted. It was diving at the last second, and he had so many looking strikeouts because of that.
0-2 to Edwards, and a line drive into right field. That'll lay down in front of Ronald Acuna.
That pitch to Edwards is a perfect example. He was trying to throw a front hip sinker to a lefty there, so the fastball starts off at the lefty's hip and then breaks over the plate for a called third strike. Problem is, he didn't start it out at Edwards. He started it in between Edwards and the plate, and it broke back over and made itself hittable. So got to be a little bit tighter in there, especially in an 0-2 count.
Leadoff single for Edwards. Here's Jesus Sanchez. Yeah, that start 2 starts ago for Bryce, his start at San Francisco, it's hard to imagine him ever looking better than that. He was amazing that day. There's a called strike. He went 8 innings that day, 1 run, no walks, 12 strikeouts. And then last go-round, couldn't get out of the 4th inning versus the Rockies in a game the Braves won 12-4. There's the 0-1 to Sanchez. Left-handed hitter takes a sinker away. For Elder, he's seen the Marlins 8 times in his career prior to today. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a 2.89 ERA. And making his 63rd career appearance. Pickoff over to first base, and back in Sanchez, or rather Edwards, I should say. 1-0 Braves as we're in the bottom of the first inning. One bouncer out towards Allen to his left. He's got it, has 1 play. That's at first. Well, he was a long way out of his jurisdiction just to get leather on it. He was playing up the middle, Darren, so went hard to his left. By the time he got it, he would have loved to have tried to have started a double play, but second base in his rearview mirror at that point.
Yeah, and Ozzie was going to catch the ball as well, so nobody at home on second base there to start that double play. But good to get the ball on the ground. That's another key to Bryce's game is wearing out the turf here, letting your elite defense work for you.
Otto Lopez to the plate. He'll take a ball low. You know, you bring up Bryce being a sinker ball pitcher, and infielders typically enjoy playing behind a sinker ball pitcher. Lots of action, lots of ground balls, and they can get into the game very regularly. There's the 1-0 pitch. Lopez takes a called strike. Is there any difference with the opinion of being behind a sinker ball pitcher in terms of the surface that they're playing on? Today being a turf, is there a difference in opinion there?
Oh, yeah. These infielders are very particular about their infields.
1-1 low and outside.
I haven't gotten an impression on this one, and nothing really stands out in the time that I've played here about fielders liking it or hating it. But we talked earlier in the season about Austin Riley. He's very particular about which infields he likes, and actually said something about that in the media earlier this season. So, yeah, they definitely have their preferences.
Elder spins around, looking back to runner Edwards. I remember you and I were calling the series in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And we're asking the players about the turf, and they're talking about how it could really speed up once it changes from turf to dirt. There's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball out to Riley at third. He gloves right on top of the bag. It's a fair ball. They throw over for the out. Olsen holds, advancing to third base Edwards. So it's a 5-3 putout of Otto Lopez. And a good job by Edwards. As soon as the ball went across the diamond, he took out for third base.
Yeah, these infielders, I said they're picky about their infields. If you pay attention when you go to a game or you watch a broadcast, if they show these guys in between pitches, they spend a lot of time grooming the dirt at their position in between action.
Wagaman takes a called strike.
And a former teammate of mine, J.J. Hardy, was the most particular I've ever played with. He hated playing against Troy Tulowitzki because he said Tulo chopped up his dirt and he had to spend the whole game fixing it.
So they went back and forth for 9 innings and how they wanted the dirt. There's a ball low and outside.
Yeah, and funny going with him through the other 29 shortstops, he would tell you who's good on the dirt, who takes care of it. So these guys really do. They're high maintenance with their infield surfaces.
1-0 Braves, bottom of the first. 1-1 from Elder. And a reach and a miss by Wagaman, 1-2. Elder trying to do here what Grant Holmes did so well yesterday. That's stranding men on base. There were runners all over the place yesterday in the game of the Marlins, but they couldn't score. They stranded 9 men on base, several of those left in scoring position, so they were thoroughly frustrated yesterday. 1-2 pitch. Wagaman sends one foul into the seats down the right field line. And we'll do it again with a 1-2 count. Bryce Elder out of the University of Texas. 5th round draft choice of the Braves in 2020. Right-hander set right at the belt. And the 1-2. And he just missed low with a slider. That looked like a really good pitch. Nipping for the corner, couldn't find it. John Bacon, today's home plate umpire, says ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Edwards takes a lead at third base. Elder's 2-2. That'll work. Locked him up with a sinker for strike 3. And just like yesterday, the Marlins strand a runner in scoring position. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the top of the second inning. 1-0 Braves.
Hey, Atlanta fans. Score big with Georgia Banking Company.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with 5X frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah & Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
When your morning needs an extra boost, choose Starbucks Double Shot Energy. And then choose between delicious ready-to-drink flavors like vanilla, mocha, or white chocolate. Look
In the afternoon, alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you. Braves leading here in Miami, 1-0 over the Marlins. Ozzie Albies leads off. It'll be Albies, Verdugo, and Harris. Alcantara back to work. And the first pitch grounded foul on the right field line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Braves Radio Network.
Never miss a pitch of the Braves.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan, and streaming free on the Fan app.
Ozzie Albies hitless in this series, and it takes a curveball down to the dirt. Make it a 1-1 count on Ozzie, who's 0 for 9 in this series. Trying to set the pace for the Braves here in the second. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way from Alcantara. Ground ball fouled on the right field line. Ozzie be a good one to get on base here in the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge inning. If the Braves steal a base this inning, our contestant Christina Green will win $50 in free marathon gas cards. You can enter the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge by visiting Braves.com/Stolen Base Challenge. Best of luck to Christina. 1-2 pitch, missed high and outside, 2-2. By the way, Bryce Elder finished off Eric Wagaman with a strikeout there in the first inning. And that's our Gas South bringing the heat strikeout. 2-2, missed away with a changeup. So just like Bryce Elder, Gas South is bringing the heat with no deposits, no hidden fees, simple, natural gas plans. This difference is good. All right, 3 balls and 2 strikes on the pitch on the way from Alcantara. Albies ropes one down the right field line. That's a fair ball all the way into the corner. Ozzie runs out from under his helmet, flies into second base, and for the second straight inning, the Braves lead it off with a double. It was Acuna last inning. It's Albies here, and the Braves in a good position here in the second inning.
What a great way to lead off an inning. And I mentioned early in the broadcast that some of these Braves have really good numbers against this talented pitcher in Sandy Alcantara. Ozzie, one of those, 306 career with 2 homers off of Alcantara. So now batting even higher than that after that leadoff double.
Well, this is a good sign regardless of what has been happening recently with Alcantara, because we know how good he is. But he's figured a few things out lately anyway. Here's the pitch on the way to Verdugo, and he missed with a slider. Alcantara has started to turn it around here in June, posting a 2.12 ERA in 3 starts this month. Man, you compare that with what he had been doing in previous months. It's been a big stride forward for him. Here's the 1-0 Verdugo, and there's a called strike. So to hear those numbers and to see the way that he's turned things around and to jump on him this way, very positive stuff for the Braves.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he had sky-high ERAs the last 2 months, but much better here in June. And he is coming back from Tommy John. He missed all last season, rehabbing that right elbow.
1-1 to Verdugo, swung on, missed. You can't rush it. I mean, time has to do its thing, doesn't it?
It does take a while. You know, you're good enough to get out there and throw 100 pitches, but you haven't thrown a competitive pitch in a year. And it's a challenge no matter how talented you are. I think Spencer Strider's really been exceptionally good since he's come back.
Agreed. 1-2 in the dirt, knocked down by Fortes. Well, and for the Marlins, that's the story for their 2 best pitchers. We were saying a lot of the same things yesterday with Yuri Perez. And when the Marlins are going well, it's because Alcantara and Perez are leading the way.
Yeah.
Both of them coming off Tommy John.
That's right. It's, you know, unfortunately become all too common in today's game that elbow ligament has to get fixed. And all these hard-throwing pitchers.
2-2 to Verdugo. He laid off a high fastball. It came in at 97, but missed his mark. Well, this is the 14th time the Braves have seen Alcantara in his career. He's 4-4 with a 2.94 ERA versus the Braves in his career. But it's been a while since the Braves have seen him because of that injury. 3-2, tap back to the mound. Alcantara's got it. Looks back, Albies at second. Throws to first, gets Verdugo. It's the first time the Braves have seen Alcantara since 2023. They haven't lost to him since 2022. I think everybody lost to him that year. That was the year he won the Cy Young.
Yeah, that year he was 14-9 on a not great team. Averaged over 7 innings a start that year, which is just unheard of in today's game.
It's a called strike on Michael Harris.
You mentioned Yuri Perez, yesterday's starter, and that's high 90s heat from Perez, but you know, that's just heat. He's just relying on stuff. When Alcantara's right, he can command it as well, which makes him even tougher.
0-1 pitch. Harris sends one foul. That year that Alcantara won the Cy Young, 2022, you mentioned that he had 14 wins that year. The Marlins won 69 games. So he accounted for 20% of their wins that year. 0-2 to Harris. And he swings and fouls one off. Still 0-2. And that really is amazing. This season, Alcantara has been significantly better at home than he's been on the road. 5.10 ERA at home, 9.82 on the road.
Yeah, that 22 season, just sitting across the field, I was still playing then and watching him pitch. He's one of those guys that year, it's like, I don't know how these guys ever get a hit off this.
Yeah. Waiting on the 0-2. Harris stares down Alcantara. Pitch on the way. Bouncer out to second. Lopez backhands, gets rid of it quickly. In time for the out, over to third base, Albies. Pretty impressive play by Xavier Edwards at second base. And 2 down in the inning. So 2 down for Nick Allen. He reached base once yesterday, had a single in the 5th inning, and scored a run. And now that run down at third base in Nick's hands. Trying to add on to this 1-0 lead. First pitch slider over for a called strike. Austin Riley had a base hit in the 1st inning that scored Ronald Acuna. That's been the only run of the game thus far. 0-1 pitch, bounce foul towards the end of the Marlins dugout on the third base side, and it's 0-2. Albies led off the inning with a double. Now looking for a lift home. He takes a lead at third base. Allen, 226 hitter, sizes up Alcantara. And the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss and a slider for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Alcantara. And the Braves strand a runner at third base. We head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Braves.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Spectrum Business keeps real businesses, like Rise Bakery, connected.
As a business owner, my Spectrum services help simplify my day. Everything we do is easier knowing that we've got a reliable connection. And it helps our business just run really smoothly. Even though our techniques are very ancient, we rely just as heavily on technology. Spectrum allows my business to go from surviving to thriving.
Keep your business running smoothly with Spectrum Internet, starting at $40 a month. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
D on the Fan app, now with Apple CarPlay, so you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
Bryce Elder and the Braves leading 1-0 here in Miami. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Stowers, Myers, and Hicks for the Marlins. Alongside Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you. Sunday afternoon baseball from Lone Depot Park. There's a ball low inside of Kyle Stowers. Stowers in the series 1 for 6. pretty good month of May. And he swings, and it's a deep drive to center. Michael Harris to the wall, and he is now a spectator. That is out of here. Stowers banged one high and deep to the deepest part of the yard and ties up the game with his 11th home run of the season. It's one apiece.
Yeah, we've seen Stowers. Hasn't had an unbelievable series, but he's been right on these pitches. He had a couple hits off Fuentes the first day, but he did not miss that one. That was a sinker right down the middle that Bryce really wishes he could hit the reset button, do again.
Well, that ends a very lengthy homerless drought for Stowers. That is his first home run in 32 games. There's a called strike. Now, keep in mind, in May, he had 10 home runs. Batted .300 that month. There's a ball low. And he had gone 31 full games without a home run. So here in the 32nd game, he has his first homer in just over a month. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dane Myers. 1-1 game in the bottom of the second. Hot shot out to third, but Riley's on the other end. He's able to stab it, throws over to first base for the out, and 1 down. Only the original Louisiana brand hot sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. The original Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of our pregame meal before the broadcast. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. And we use an entire bottle of that stuff today. There's the pitch on the way to Liam Hicks. And a called strike. Well, we've detailed the struggles the Braves have had on the road this season. Braves coming into the action today with a record of 13-26 on the road. 0-1 pitch in there for a called strike. And again, trying to win back-to-back road games for the first time since April. Haven't won back-to-back road games since April 28th and 29th at Colorado. 0-2 low and outside. Also trying to win on a Sunday for the first time in a long time. The Braves haven't won on a Sunday since May 18th at Boston. They've lost their last 4 Sunday games. There's a called third strike. Able to pump in a sinker and locked up Liam Hicks. And he walks back to the dugout. 2 down. 2 strikeouts for Elder.
But that's that front hip sinker we were talking about last inning. And that was beautifully executed. Ton of horizontal movement on it. Hicks never really had a chance to even get it started.
So 2 away for Nick Fortes. The catcher batting 8th. Takes the ball low and outside. Altogether this season, the Braves have gone 3-8 on Sundays. There's the 1-0 pitch. Fortes takes a called strike. So what I'm getting at is trying to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
A victory on the road on a Sunday.
It's not a good record on Sunday.
1-1. There's a called strike. 1-2.
And on the 7th day, the Braves rested, Ben.
They have been doing that, yes.
It's just been taking Sundays off.
A 1-1 game, bottom of the second. Elder into his windup. Kicks and fires. Line shot on 1 hop out to Allen, and he's able to glove it with grace as if nothing were out of the ordinary there. That's a tough play made to look very easy by Allen there. Pretty tremendous. They get the ground out. That ends the inning, but a homer by Stowers ties the game. Go to the top of the 3rd inning.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
when you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Braves 1, Marlins 1 into the top of the third inning, and the lightning bolt known as Ronald Acuna will lead things off for Atlanta. Top of the order here for the Braves in the third inning, Acuna, Olsen, and Riley. And back to work, Sandy Alcantara. Right-hander fires, and Acuna takes the ball low and inside. Just really mind-boggling numbers for Acuna. I mean, to come back off the IL, miss as much time as he did, and put up these types of numbers is just unbelievable. There's a called strike. He's batting .398. And of all the numbers I could give you, the one that I'm about to tell you might be my favorite. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna. And he'll send one into right field. He drives one out there for a base hit. It's a leadoff single here in the third. And liner one hopped out there to Jesus Sanchez. So Ronald taking Alcantara to right field. But for Acuna, this is his 27th game to play in since coming back from the IL. And he's reached base safely in all but one of his 27 games, including now 18 straights. He's been on twice in this game. What a player. Here's Matt Olson. Matt Olson sends one foul, giving Tom Goodwin the hot foot down there in the first base coach's box.
And if you dive into that just a little more, he's got a .504 on base percentage. That means every other at bat he's on base. So that is just, it's absurd.
Superhuman.
Yes.
0-1 pitch to Olson. That'll miss high. His on-base percentage the year that he won MVP was .416. He led the league that year in on-base percentage, among many other categories. 1-1 to Olson. That'll miss outside. Yeah, he led the league that year in on-base percentage, OPS, led in steals, led in hits, led in runs, plate appearances, at bats, all that. And the numbers that he's putting up this season in the month or so that he's played very much resemble that MVP campaign. There's a ball outside.
I think, my impression is that Ronald, during his rehab, worked harder than he's ever worked in his life. He's always been the most talented guy on any field, just God-given talent. So the game was taken away from him for the second time. He said, all right, I'm gonna work hard this time.
3-1 to Olson. Had a massive swing, but fouls one back, 3-2.
And by all accounts, he really put in the work. And I think you're seeing some of the fruits of that labor is, he put in the time in the weight room. He put in the time in the training room. And my assumption is that he just really missed playing baseball.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait to get back. Perhaps fatherhood might have changed him a little bit as well.
3-2 to Olson. And Alcantara missed inside. So it's a single by Acuna, a walk to Olson. They're at first and second with no one on base. I think sometimes what you're talking about might get thrown around. Look, who doesn't like playing baseball? But he plays with a level of just youthful exuberance that is just so rare. He loves being on the field and playing the game every single day. It's a blast to watch. Here's Austin Riley. 1-1 game, top of the third. Pitch to Riley, smoked down the left field line, but hooking foul. And I tell you who's showing off again is that ball boy down the left field line. That's one of the best catches of the series.
Yeah, that was a hooking, diving liner. Got down on a squat and framed it up nicely like a little catcher.
He was putting on a show yesterday with his defensive skills. 0-1 pitch to Riley. Riley fouls back a fastball. Riley with a base hit in the first inning scored Ronald Acuna on his single. Braves have 1 run on 4 hits. Marlins have 1 run on 2 hits. They got a homer from Kyle Stowers in the bottom of the second. Now the Braves trying to take charge again. First and second, no one out. 0-2 to Riley. Popped up, foul territory, out of the field of play, and into the lower bowl of the stadium down the first base line. Folks, Xfinity knows live baseball is better with less freezing on the plate. That's why we deliver Wi-Fi built for streaming with ultra-low lag. Get the fastest connection to the Braves and stream more of the biggest moments from the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Looking for a big moment right here. 0-2 to Riley. Up and in with a fastball. Braves have won 8 of 11 games since opening June with a season-worst 7-game losing streak. 1-2 pitch, check swing. They appealed. Didn't go, says Ryan Addison. And in seasons past, the month of June has been amongst the best months of the season for the Braves. And so far this month has been a pretty good one compared to the others, but looking to keep it rolling. 2-2 to Riley. Good swing. Fouled back a curveball.
Alcantara's really been pounding Riley in, throwing that 97, 98 mile-an-hour sinker in on Riley's hands. You can visibly see Austin trying to make some space there. So the result of that is that he just missed a very hittable breaking ball there.
Again, the 2-2. And he reaches and misses a slider for strike 3. He walks back to the dugout. Maybe not thinking about swinging and missing at the slider, but maybe the curveball that he missed, huh?
Yeah, the curveball, yes. Yeah, it's, Riley's a guy that likes to go the other way. He's got a lot of power to right center, so he wants to get extended. So Alcantara knows that and was just pounding him in. And that's why that hit Riley had his first time up was just the 5th hit in 30 at-bats.
Marcell Ozuna takes a slider for a strike.
So sometimes certain pitchers, your skills don't really match up with what their strengths are. And this is one of those situations.
So now with a 1 down, runners at first and second. It's a battle of 2 players that have been traded for each other earlier in their career. There's a ball low and inside. Marcell Ozuna and Sandy Alcantara. Alcantara originally with the Cardinals. He signed with St. Louis when he was 16 years old, and he was traded to Miami in 2017. There's the 1-1. Ozuna takes a slider outside. That deal had Zach Gallen, Magneuris Sierra, and Sandy Alcantara going from St. Louis to Miami in exchange for this man, Marcell Ozuna. And Ozuna there with St. Louis for a few seasons and then been with the Braves since 2020. 2-1 pitch, grounded foul. And looking back on that trade, how many times do you think Cardinal fans have looked back and said, man, we sure would love to have Alcantara and Gallen right about now. Right?
It'd be nice to have those guys making up, 40% of your starting rotation.
And then Gallen was traded from Miami to Arizona for Jazz Chisholm. There's the 2-2. Ozuna takes a called third strike. Painted a fastball at 98. Not what Marcell was looking for. Then bringing that full circle, Marlins traded Chisholm to the Yankees and picked up Augustin Ramirez, who is one of their top young players of their organization now. So it's funny tracing back all those trades and what was left after the dust settled. Meanwhile, 2 down, runners at first and second, a 1-1 game. Batters Drake Baldwin. And Baldwin takes a first pitch curveball outside. Alcantara at 51 pitches. 1-0 to Baldwin. In the dirt with a changeup. Good eye. Great speed down at second and Acuna. And if Baldwin can find a hole, the Braves should retake the lead. Alcantara glanced to second. 2-0 pitch, ground ball, finds a hole, a base hit into center field. Here comes Acuna around third base. The throw out of center field by Myers, not in time. It's a base hit by Baldwin to retake the lead. 2-1 Braves here in the top of the third. Able to work ahead in the count, got his pitch, Darren, and blasted it right through the middle.
He sure did, yeah. Sinker down the middle. Set up a pretty cool showdown there. Dane Myers in center field for the Marlins has one of the best arms in the league. He's actually tied for the league lead in outfield assists. And then you got one of the fastest guys in the league testing that cannon. Ronald comes out on top this time.
Well, it was strength versus strength. Myers' arm versus Acuna's wheels. Olsen went first to third. Baldwin at first base. Ozzie Albies swings, and it's a fly ball to shallow left center. Lopez, Stowers, Myers in the neighborhood, and the left fielder Stowers has it for the third out. But the Braves get a two-out base hit by the rookie catcher Drake Baldwin to retake the lead.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with 5X frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Spectrum Business keeps real businesses, like Rise Bakery, connected.
As a business owner, my Spectrum services help simplify my day. Everything we do is easier knowing that we've got a reliable connection. And it helps our business just run really smoothly. Even though our techniques are very ancient, we rely just as heavily on technology. Spectrum allows my business to go from surviving to thriving.
Keep your business running smoothly with Spectrum Internet, starting at $40 a month. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
Spend your afternoon driving around with Chuck and Chernoff, and you could win a pair of Braves tickets. It happens during the 4 o'clock hour, weekday afternoons on 680 The Fan.
Braves 2, Marlins 1 into the bottom of the third inning. It'll be 9-1 and 2 due up here in the third inning for the Marlins. It starts off with Javier Sanoja, Sanoja, Javier Sanoja. And he'll take a called strike. Alongside Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you, as well as our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Sanoja. That'll miss inside. Coming to you from the Visitors Radio booth here at Lone Depot Park. First time you've worked this ballpark as a broadcaster.
It sure is.
There's a 1-1 pitch. There's a called strike. How you like this booth?
It's a nice booth. Yeah, very spacious. We had a little snafu today. Coffee machine wasn't working at the press box level, and that's cause for emergency.
There's the 1-2. Had a miss outside. You went into hero mode when you found out that the coffee machine wasn't working.
Listen, we don't do games, especially day games, without coffee, bud.
Right. There's the 2-2. Little dribbler. Elders got it at the foot of the mound. Throws over to first base for the out, 1 down.
Yeah, you would have heard more snoring than analysis today if we didn't get some coffee.
And tell our listeners where you had to go to find coffee.
Oh, yeah. So I'm running around the stadium 10 minutes before the game. Finally stopped an employee, said, hey, where can I buy coffee? So they send me out to left center field where the old Billy the Marlin home run statue is changed into a Norwegian Cruise Line firework apparatus. And so during the anthem, my eardrums ruptured when they went off.
Xavier Edwards takes the ball low and in. So they have this firework cannon in left center. They fire it for Marlins homers and during the anthem.
Yes.
Which was when you were there.
Yeah, it was so loud.
And you didn't know it was coming.
No idea.
Here's the 1-0 to Edwards. He'll foul one back. And for our listeners, where this place is in left center is pretty much the exact opposite side of the stadium from where we are. So I don't think you could have gone anywhere further in the ballpark to get this coffee. So you got a long walk in, blew out your eardrums, but dadgummit, you came back with coffee.
I did. And here we are. We made it to air.
You came in with jet fuel, too. This is Cuban coffee.
Oh, yeah. It's the good stuff.
1-1 to Edwards. Ball outside.
Yeah, as I was checking out, the national anthem was playing, and the lady working the register takes her hands off the register and puts them over her ears, and I'm like, what is she doing? And then, boom, I figured out what she was doing.
2-1. This is high and outside.
Sounded like the Revolutionary War out there.
2-1 Braves are in the bottom of the third. 3-1 to Edwards. He's able to sneak a slider over for a strike. 3-2. How about that 3-1 pitch?
He's got a lot of confidence in that slider. It's been really good for him this year.
3-2. He fouled that off the gear of Drake Baldwin. Went back to the slider.
Yeah, Bryce's slider actually ranks as the 8th most valuable slider in the league, which surprisingly is only the 4th most valuable slider on this Braves pitching staff. Chris Sale, we know how good his is. He's number 1. Dylan Lee is number 3. Grant Holmes is number 4. So I don't know if it's a point of emphasis on this pitching staff, but they've turned out to have some really, really good sliders this year.
Let's see if Elder goes back to it. 3-2 to Edwards, and he missed high with a fastball. First walk allowed by Bryce Elder. Comes with 1 down here in the bottom of the third inning. You need all the energy you can get for game day. At Georgia Power, we know that energy costs are an important part of every budget, and we're committed to providing tools and assistance to make a difference so you can save energy for the game. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy. Here's Jesus Sanchez. He's put up some numbers in his career versus Elder. Pick off over to first base, back in standing Edwards. Sanchez 5 for 16 in his career versus Elder with 4 extra base hits, including a homer. But Elder got him to ground out to short back on the first inning. He does that again here. It could be 2. There's the pitch. High and outside, 1-0.
Yeah, talking about strengths of hitters versus pitchers, Sanchez has an uppercut swing and likes to hit the ball low in the zone, and that's where Bryce Elder likes to pepper that sinker at. So, you know, the plane of the pitch matches the plane of the swing. They might expect some of that.
1-0 in for a strike.
Might explain some of that success.
Well, kind of like what you're talking about at the top of the inning with swings not matching up with Alcantara.
Yes.
This swing does match up well versus Elder.
Yeah, that's the game within the game. And that's my favorite part of the whole deal we're in front of here.
1-1 from Elder. Just missed with a changeup. Two runs on 5 hits for the Braves. 1 run on 2 hits for the Marlins. Only in the bottom of the third. Edwards the lead at first with 1 out. And the 2-1 pitch. He's late, sends it foul up into the second deck along the third base line. That'll rattle around some empty blue seats. Friday night's crowd, they announced just over 12,000. Pretty lean in the stands. Yesterday, their second largest crowd of the year, 21,198. Probably somewhere in between today. 2-2 pitch, grounder, and a foul ball down the right field line. Well, it took us a moment to get the sign from Ryan Additon because he was having to leap over the ground ball between his legs. A nice job by Additon. He was jumping Jack Flash down there. 2-2 on Sanchez. Sanchez 1 for 8 in the series. 2-2 pitch. Edwards on the move. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Throw down to second base. Not in time. That close to a strike him out, throw him out, double play. But Edwards with the steal. Pretty good throw by Drake Baldwin. And it was a pretty good throw on a pitch that wasn't the easiest for him to come up with and throw down to second base.
Yeah, that was a really nice changeup down and away from Bryce Elder to get Sanchez to swing and miss. But as you mentioned, yeah, that's a tough one to throw on.
Well, that was close. Edwards just barely got in there. Here's Otto Lopez. And he'll take a called strike. Otto Lopez 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Full name Otto Ariel Lopez, 26 years old, from the Dominican. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ball low and outside. Interestingly enough, Lopez and his family moved to Montreal from the Dominican when he was 12. I bet that was a big change for him. His father was relocated for work. 1-1 pitch, nibbling for the corner, finds it with a slider, 1-2. When he was in Montreal, that's really when he got turned on to other sports outside of baseball. He was also an exceptional badminton player. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line drive into center for a base hit. Around third base, Edwards. Here's the throw out of center. It's cut off by Olson. And a base hit by Lopez to tie the game. Sent it right up the middle. That's his 4th hit of the series. He's now 4 for 9, and we're tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, there you go. There's a perfect example of the value of the stolen base. Xavier Edwards using his wheels to get into scoring position and score on that single.
Edwards walked to reach, then stole second, and the base hit scores him. So they manufacture the run. Both teams with a clutch 2-out knock in the 3rd inning to drive in a run. Here's Eric Wagaman. Pick off over to first base. Back in with a dive, Otto Lopez. Two apiece, bottom of the 3rd. Wagaman 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Elder fires. Ground ball, hot shot up the middle. Base hit into center. Around second and holding Otto Lopez. They've been wearing out center field. A couple of base hits back-to-back right up the middle. That puts runners at first and second for Kyle Stowers, who has homered already in this game.
Yeah, the offensive approach of this Marlins squad has impressed me over this series. Each day they've come out with a different approach based on who they're facing as the starting pitcher that day, and that's something you're going to see a lot more in these young lineups where the hitting coach can predicate the approach.
Kyle Stowers takes a called strike on the outside corner.
When you get a more veteran lineup, these guys, they just hit like they hit, but these young, talented lineups like this, the hitting coach can say, hey, this is what we're going to look for today. And you really noticed it, especially in game 1 against Didier Fuentes.
Right.
When all the Marlins hitters were really keying on the high fastball. Yesterday, whenever Grant Holmes would throw a 4-seamer early in the game, the Marlins were all over it.
Righty-lefty matchup versus Stowers. 0-1 pitch and a ground ball out to first. Taken on the second hop on a chest-high hop by Olson. He'll take it to the bag for the out. And that ends the bottom of the 3rd inning. But the Marlins pick up a run, tie the game. They score 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 2 men left. A walk in there as well. We go to
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one, 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with 5X frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Spectrum Business keeps real businesses, like Rise Bakery, connected.
As a business owner, my Spectrum services help simplify my day. Everything we do is easier knowing that we've got a reliable connection. And it helps our business just run really smoothly. Even though our techniques are very ancient, we rely just as heavily on technology. Spectrum allows my business to go from surviving to thriving.
Keep your business running smoothly with Spectrum Internet, starting at $40 a month. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, we're the home run hitters you need. Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Marlins and Braves playing tug-of-war here early. It's tied up 2 apiece into the top of the 4th inning. Alex Verdugo leads off for Atlanta. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Braves. Verdugo, Harris, and Allen facing Sandy Alcantara. Alcantara back to work. His 55th pitch of the game is a called strike on Alex Verdugo. Braves have won their last 3 series, taking 2 of 3 at Milwaukee, taking 2 of 3 versus Colorado, and then sweeping the Mets in a 3-game series. 0-1 dribbler foul. And that streak on the line today. Braves win this game, they take this series. That'd be 4 straight series wins. heading up to New York to see the Mets Monday through Thursday this week. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Alex Verdugo. And he'll take a fastball outside. 1-2. I don't think the players look at it this way, but as fans, you kind of start looking at what you have between now and the All-Star break. 1-2 pitch, fouled back. I don't think the players are focused on anything but today, are they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's all you can do, especially when you're squaring off with a guy like Sandy Alcantara.
One-two to Verdugo. And a fly ball towards shallow right center. Sprinting in Dane Myers. Going out is Lopez. And it'll be caught by Myers, the center fielder, in shallow center. And one down. Northside Hospital for a healthier future. Together, look to Northside. Braves wrap up this series in Miami today. Then it's 4 games in New York versus the Mets. First time we've seen them in New York this season. Then we'll come home for a lengthy 3-team homestand. We'll see the Orioles, the Angels, and who else is it, JC? Pitch on the way to Michael Harris. Ground ball out to short. That'll be gloved by Otto Lopez over to first base, 2 down. Phillies. Yeah, that next homestand, Orioles, Angels, Phillies, and then the Braves head out west to see the A's in Sacramento, and then fly to St. Louis to see the Cardinals, and then it's the All-Star break. So that's coming up quick. And then, of course, All-Star game in Atlanta this year, which is going to be amazing. Check swing, ground ball, foul over by the Braves dugout.
Yeah, New York is one of the most fun cities to go to and play in. I don't know if the players are quite as excited this time because of how hot it's going to be up there.
Yeah, going to be a heat wave. Oh, one low and outside.
Did you see Ellie De La Cruz lose his lunch yesterday during a game?
Did he really?
He did. Right on the field.
There's the 1-1, little bit low and inside. I hope that doesn't happen to you, because if it does, there's going to be chicken tenders and coffee all over the place.
That's the truth. We might have IVs hanging in the booth.
Two on to Allen, and he'll hit one in the air to left field. Stowers in medium depth left makes the catch for the 3rd out. Braves go down in order for the first time of the game. We advance to the bottom of the 4th in a 2-2 contest.
Author James Clear said, "Don't let the hope of finding a better way prevent you from starting down the best path."
This July 4th at Lowe's, get up to 40% off select GE appliances. Plus, get an additional 10% off when you buy 2 or 3 select major appliances, like the exclusive GE Profile 4.6 cubic foot capacity, ventless and ultra-fast all-in-one washer and dryer combo with pet hair removal that separates hair from fabrics using high-speed airflow. Shop GE Profile deals at Lowe's. See associate for more details. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. Valid 6/18 through 7/9.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
Braves and Marlins tied at 2 into the bottom of the 4th inning here in Miami. Roof closed at Lone Depot Park. It's great to have you with us. And no matter what you've got going on in your life right now, ups and downs, good and bad, it's great to have you with us for a little while. And spend some time with you here on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. Hopefully a Braves victory today. Alongside Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you. Here's Dane Myers to lead off. 6, 7, and 8 for the Marlins in their order. There's a ball inside. Man, this place got all sorts of stuff going on in between innings. It's a bark in the park day. They got dogs all over the place. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss low. They just had a fruit roll-up eating contest on the video board in between innings. That was humorous. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Myers takes a called strike. When's the last time he had a fruit roll-up? 5th grade?
Nom. Been a while. My kids love them, though.
I mean, the winner put on a very impressive performance. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dane Myers. There's the pitch, and he'll get a piece of that slider and foul it off.
But my poor kids have to eat like organic, sugar-free fruit tape or whatever it is. My wife just tortures these kids. They can't have the good old-fashioned fruit roll-up.
Right. Well, there's no telling what was in that stuff when we were eating as kids. We turned out okay, I guess. 1-2 pitch. Just missed with a sinker. 2-2 now on Dane Myers. Bryce Elder at 59 pitches. Here comes his 60th pitch of the game. 2-2 and a ground ball out to Riley. He spears it on 2 hops and a good strong throw across the diamond. 1 down and a good start to the Tidal Wave Auto Spy inning. Tidal Wave Auto Spy is making Braves country clean car country all season long. And if the Braves pitch a scoreless 4th inning today, Tidal Wave will offer half off the best watch membership tomorrow. Learn more at TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves. Well, if you were listening the other night, we gave you a nugget on the Marlins. That was pretty interesting on their lineup this year. Liam Hicks takes a called strike. This is their 76th game of the season. So game 1 on Friday night was game 74. There's the 0-1 to Hicks. That'll be fouled off. Lost his helmet as he was swinging and fouling that one back. Friday night was their 74th different lineup of the year. So in any combination 1 through 9, it was unique 74 different times. Well, that finally ended yesterday in their 75th game of the season. No balls and 2 strikes on Liam Hicks on the pitch on the way from Elder. And he'll flip one into right center field. That'll lay down for a hit. Just a little flare out there. 1 out single by Hicks. He's on for the first time of the game. And finishing that thought, their lineup yesterday was the exact same 1 through 9 that they ran out Monday versus the Phillies. Funny thing is, they lost both games. Lost the first one 5-2 to the Phillies. Lost yesterday 7-0 to the Braves. But outside of that, every lineup has been a different combination somewhere along the way, 1 through 9. Nick Fortes, the batter, and he takes the first pitch strike.
Yeah, that's really hard to believe. You know, I think that's a symptom of maybe trying too hard on the front office aspect of the Marlins club, just trying anything to move that lineup around and produce some offense.
0-1, broken bat roller to third. Riley charges, gloves, exchanges, fires. Got him. Nice play. He got a jam sandwich on that one as he snapped the bat right above the handle. Down to second base for Hicks. You know, a lot of these teams now, computer programs and things like that, they're just working on matchups. I wonder how many times they just plug in their roster, the other team's pitcher, let the computer spit out the lineup.
I would guess the Marlins do that every day.
Here's Javier Sanoja. There's a ball outside. A 2-2 game in the bottom of the 4th. There's the 1-0 from Elder. Hot shot out to short. Guess who's got it? Nick Allen sends it over to first. No problem. And that's out number 3. So Elder works around the 1-out single to Liam Hicks. We advance to the top of the 5th inning in a 2-2 game.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
Lowe's knows laundry day should be easy. Achieve maximum versatility with a dryer door that swings open either way, making load transfer from washer to dryer a breeze. Plus, with LG ThinQ, save time by controlling your washer remotely. Shop LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances, today at Lowe's. Based on independent reliability surveys 2021 to 2024 and select major appliances as compared to competing manufacturers offering full appliance lines. See associate for more details. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. Valid 6/18 through 7/9.
Elder did not give up a run there in the bottom of the fifth inning. That means tomorrow is a clean inning car wash celebration day at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Stop by and get half off the best wash membership of the first month. Braves country is clean car country thanks to Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information. Here's Ronald Acuna to lead it off for the Braves. First pitch he sees is a curveball in the dirt and bouncing to the backstop, 1-0. Acuna has been on twice. He has scored twice. He's got a single, he's got a double, and 2 runs scored. 1-0 pitch. Chopper out to third, charging in Sanoha. Bare hands, gets rid of it. Close play. That is incredible. Sanoha makes the play. Look, that's no slouch running down the first baseline. That's Ronald Acuna. And Sanoha able to dart in bare hand and get it over there across the diamond in time. It bounced about 3 times by the time he barehanded it. And Acuna giving him a tip of the cap as he went down the steps of the first base dugout. Matt Olson takes a ball low. Got a 2-2 game, top of the fifth. Olson sends one foul into the seats down the left field line. One final thus far in the big leagues. Yankees beat the Orioles 4-2. Phillies and Mets play this evening in Philadelphia. Pitch misses high, 2-1. That'll be the nationally televised game tonight. Also, the Nationals are in L.A. That game will start for another hour and a half. Nationals beat the Dodgers last night. 2-1. Olson swings and tips a sinker into the mitt. A 2-2 count. Reds leading the Cardinals 1-0. That game's in the second. Cubs trailing the Mariners 3-1. That game's in the bottom of the second. And the Rays trailing the Tigers 8-1 in the ninth. 2-2. Olson chases and misses a fastball for strike 3. And 2 down in the inning. Those scores are delivered to you by Saya LTL Freight, the official freight carrier of the Atlanta Braves. Four strikeouts for Sandy Alcantara. Alcantara has retired 6 in a row. Austin Riley takes a changeup inside. Drake Baldwin had a 2-out single in the third inning to drive in Ronald Acuna. Since then, 6 in a row set down by Alcantara. Riley brings the 1-0 pitch. Riley takes a slider low and away, and a hitter's count at 2-0. Slider over for a strike. 2-1. That RBI for Riley back in the first inning is 40th of the year. I'm trying to keep the inning alive with 2 down. 2-1. Swing and a miss at a low sinker at 97.
Oof, that was a demon sinker. Had so much movement both down and into Riley. So where you thought it was, now it's a good foot inside and below where you thought it was.
2-2. Riley drives one down the right field line. That will slice foul. That fastball 99. Alcantara had 76 pitches for the game. Two-two to the plate. And Riley with a fly ball to left. Got some carry to it. Stowers in deep left is under it. And he'll make the catch. Braves go down to 1-2-3. 7 in a row set down by Alcantara. We're halfway home. Nothing decided yet. We go to the bottom of the fifth in a 2-2 game.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Tampa.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
And what matters to you, Cellini and Domino, weekdays from 10 to 2 on 680 The Fan.
It's a 2-2 game into the bottom of the fifth inning. Top of the order coming up for the Marlins. Did you know that the original Louisiana brand hot sauce is the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves? It's made with peppers, vinegar, and salt to the perfect balance to make the food that you're eating taste better. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you from Lone Depot Park. Bryce Elder goes back to work. Here's his 69th pitch of the game. Swinging a fly ball towards deep left center field. Michael Harris over to his right. He makes his way under it. Makes the catch. One pitch and one down. That's always a big out anytime you get Xavier Edwards because he can be a real pest on the base paths. One down for Jesus Sanchez. I have got a great this day in baseball history for you.
All right.
Because I love how your mind works. I mean, you really like to dive into things and digest things and dissect. Here's the pitch on the way to Sanchez. There's a ball low. This day in 1916, the Braves were playing a game against the Giants. The game went into extra innings. Braves had the bases loaded in the 11th inning and pulled off something that has happened one time ever. There's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Sanchez. Boy, huge swing and a miss there. His hand came off the bat at a 1-1 count. The Braves there in the 11th inning pulled off successfully the only extra innings triple steal in league history. A triple steal.
To win the game?
To win the game.
So they stole home, stole second, and stole third.
Correct.
At the same time.
At the same time. Ground ball. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Sanchez roped one into the corner. He's heading for second base. He might be thinking about three. He is. Pounds on second. Heads for third. Braves hit the cutoff man. And Sanchez is in with a feet first slide without a throw. And it's a one-out triple for Jesus Sanchez. It got down into the corner. And the ball and Ronald disappeared from our view as we're shielded from that corner with the sidewall. Apparently that was bouncing around down there and took Ronald a second to find it. Now the infield comes in with a runner at third for Otto Lopez. Lopez drove in a run in the third inning. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Elder fires, pitch in the dirt. Good knockdown by Baldwin. Sanchez at third base. The Braves hoping that if there's a ball on the ground, it's somewhere where they can get a glove on it, keep Sanchez from scoring. 1-0 pitch in the dirt again. 2 balls, no strikes. Still thinking about that triple steal?
Why? Yeah. Why? I mean, the only steal that matters is the steal of home.
Of
right?
home, yeah.
So, but you still credit them with the triple steal?
Just reading the nugget of information.
Huh.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. And a ground ball up the middle into center field. That'll give the Marlins the lead. Otto Lopez goes right up the middle, just like he did in the third inning.
Yep.
And it's now a 3-2 Marlins lead in the fifth.
So earlier, you mentioned that the Marlins have been wearing out the center of the field, and I talked about how their approach has impressed me, depending on the starting pitcher. So today, their approach against Bryce has been, let's hammer stuff back up the middle. You know, with a guy with extreme sink and run on his fastball, you're trying to stay short and pepper it to the opposite field.
They've done a nice job of that. There's a ball low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Wagaman. 3-2 Marlins as we're in the bottom of the fifth. The day has belonged to Otto Lopez, who is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Wagaman 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Elder brings it. Ground ball fouled in the left field line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Every Atlanta Braves game live on the air and streaming free on the app.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-2 Marlins. Pick off over to first base. Back in standing Lopez. Now, one more thought on that triple steal. There's no word on whether or not a runner took off and they got him in a rundown that everybody else took off as well.
Okay.
But it just says a triple steal with Johnny Evers on the front end. He scored the winning run. And it's the only time in extra innings a triple steal has happened in National League history. 1-1. Boy, that's a badly bounced changeup. Bounced about 5 feet in front of the plate. It happened in the American League in 1941. I thought that was an interesting note. Just something that we
Johnny
rarely even
Evers,
think of.
A little disappointing. I thought we'd have a cool name like Shoeless Joe or Jet or something. Jet Jackson.
2-1 pitch. That'll miss. Well, to his credit, I mean, Johnny Evers was part of one of the greatest double play combinations of all time. Have you ever heard of Tinkers to Evers to Chance?
Can't say that I have.
You'll have to look them up sometime.
I feel like I'm missing out.
3-1 pitch. Foul ball right back our way under the booth. Get a little bit more juice on that. Get it up here. Three-2 Marlins, bottom of the fifth. Elder throws over to first base. Back in standing Lopez. Lopez does have 8 steals and 11 tries this year. Xavier Edwards leads their team with 13 steals. Runner goes 3-2, line drive into left field for a base hit. Around second base, Lopez heading for third. Misplayed left by Verdugo. He fires to second. And Ozzy's there on the bag as Wagaman goes back to first base. So they're at the corners now with 1 down. A lot of contact this inning. Here comes Rick Kranitz. After Edwards flied out to center field, Sanchez tripled, Lopez singled, Wagaman singles.
Yeah, we mentioned early in the game how important location is for Bryce. It's not stuff that's going to blow you away, right? It's more artistry, the way he pitches, and his location this inning just hasn't been great. That was second miss with the slider this inning. That triple to Sanchez was a slider, caught too much of the plate as well. So Rick Hannett's out there talking to him probably about his process, the scouting report he's going to use here against Kyle Stowers, reminding him he is just a ground ball away from getting out of this.
Well, and that's the golden ticket for Elder anytime he's in trouble. You get the right ground ball, execute the right sinker, you can get a double play. Stowers is second on their team in double plays hit into. He's hit into 5. Bad news is the guy who leads their team in double plays hit into is the guy at first base, and Eric Wagaman. He just laced that single. Trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. 3-2 Marlins. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Elder back to work. Little nubber fouled on the third baseline. Stowers put the Marlins on the board in the 2nd inning with a home run. It ended a homerless drought that had gone on for about a month. He had 10 homers early in the season and then went a month without one until today. Stowers needed a new bat after that foul ball. Elder's pitch. And he gets a changeup by him. Swung on and missed by Stowers. Stowers out of Stanford University. And traded from the Orioles to the Marlins last year in that Trevor Rogers deal. No balls and 2 strikes. Time called. Mentioned that Stowers hit the homer in the 2nd inning. He also grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. Stowers, left-handed hitter. Elder's 0-2. And a reach and a miss and a changeup for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Bryce Elder. 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, really good changeup there from Bryce. Probably the best one we've seen here today. Just fell off the table right when he needed it. Big strikeout there for Bryce.
2 outs for Dane Myers. And Austin Riley will be heads up at third base. Myers with 2 ground balls to third. And this time he'll send one into left field, a humpback liner for a base hit. In to score Lopez. Wagaman going first to third. And the Marlins keep runners to the corners after the single by Myers. It's 4-2 Miami. Jumped on the first pitch.
Yeah, just that another high slider from Bryce Elder there. Might need to. We're talking about how good that last changeup was to Stowers. Maybe mix that into righties as well. The slider's been so good for him this season. It's hard to go away from that. But you got to go based on what you have that day. You got to make the adjustment.
See if he can do that versus Liam Hicks here in the inning. And Hicks takes a slider for a strike. It's been a 2-run 5th inning for the Marlins. They lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. They're looking for more. Hicks is the 7th Marlin to the plate here in the 5th inning. All this started with a 1-out triple by Jesus Sanchez. 0-1 to Hicks is high. Edwards led off the inning with a flyout. Sanchez tripled. Lopez RBI single. Wagaman with a single. Stowers struck out, then an RBI single by Dane Myers. Been a tough inning for Bryce Elder. Lots of contact by the Marlins. 1-1 to Hicks, and a ground ball foul to the first base line.
The first at bat against Hicks, Bryce painted that front hip sinker for a looking strikeout. Second at bat against Hicks, he had an 0-2 changeup, just caught a little bit too much of the zone. Hicks did a good job of serving it into right. So if he can execute that front hip sinker, it'll be another looking strikeout here.
His 1-2, runner at first goes, swinging a pop-up towards left field over by the line. Verdugo spreading into foul territory, and he's under it for the out. Alex went a very long way to get there, but had a good read on it, has the 3rd out. That is the bottom of the 5th inning, but not before the Marlins send 7 of the...
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Tickets are up for grabs during our 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
4-2 Marlins into the top of the sixth inning. Marcelo Ozuna leads it off. I think I gave him one too many O's in his last name. Marcel Ozuna. Ozuna pulled on an Albies for the Braves here in the sixth. As Alcantara goes back to work. And Ozuna takes the ball outside. It's the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. And if the Braves hit a homer this inning, our contestant, Will Jakovich from Marietta, will be our winner. Foul ball back our way. Over to our right. Our contestant, Will Jakovich from Marietta, will win $2,050. And if you'd like to enter for your chance to win at least $1,000 from the Georgia Lottery, visit 680thefan.com/GA Lottery. Ground ball fouled on the left field line. Georgia Lottery, today could be the day. Ozuna is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. One-two to ground ball to short. Lopez ranges left, gloves it. Goes over to Wagaman for the out.
Yeah, Alcantara's kind of settling in here. He's last 3 outs have all come on high four-seamers to end the at-bat. Olsen, Riley, and Ozuna. So he's peppering them with that sinker down and then finishing them up with that four-seamer 98, 99. Tough to catch up to up there.
Well, the Braves haven't had a man on base since this man had an RBI single in the third inning. Drake Baldwin takes the ball low. 8 in a row sat down by Sandy Alcantara. One-0 to Baldwin. Sent foul into the second deck down the left field line.
I called him Alcantara again, didn't I?
Oh, it happens.
The fine leather interior. Alcantara.
I think I called him that the first time I saw him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, he's been rumored to be an arm that could be moved to the deadline. That would be a big get for any team to land him. 2-1 outside. But he is, look, he said all the right things. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure it does happen here and there, but for a player to come out and say, yeah, I'd love to be traded. Yeah. You don't hear that too often. But he has made it known he really enjoys pitching here and being part of what the Marlins have built and are building. There's a called strike.
Yeah, he would be a big chip to be moved. He's so talented. He's on a very team-friendly contract as well.
And Baldwin sends one foul into the seats down the left field line. He'll be a free agent 2027. Talking about Alcantara. 3-2 to Baldwin. And a fly ball down the left field line, slicing towards the seats and over the wall and out of play for a foul ball. Good catch by a fan down there. Now, Alcantara signed through 2026, but there's a 2027 team option. So if a team were to trade for him, you'd be getting him for 2 months plus 2 seasons if you wanted him in 27. There's a ball outside, and there's a one-out walk to Drake Baldwin.
And talk about team friendly. You know, he's talked about how he's an ace. Numbers aren't great this year, but he's only making $17 million next year. And then the team option is for 21. And to get an ace type pitcher for that low amount of dollars, there's about 29 other teams that would like to have him on their roster.
Yeah, definitely. 4-2 Marlins as we're in the top of the 6th inning. Ground ball out to second base, and that's out of the reach of Xavier Edwards. Base hit in the right center. Drake Baldwin will go first to third on the base hit by Ozzie Albies. Perfectly placed by Ozzie. And that is his second hit in this game. So a walk and a single, and the Braves in business with one down. At the hands now of Alex Verdugo. Got to find a way to at least cash in the run from third, make it a one-run game again. But with just one down, you're thinking about a crooked number. Furthermore, I'm thinking about Verdugo and how he hasn't homered yet as a Brave. First pitch, ground ball out to first. Wagaman has it, goes to second. They get one, back to first, safe. And the run scores. Verdugo able to stay out of the double play, keep the inning alive. Baldwin scores. It's a one-run game.
Yeah, good to see Verdugo digging down the line there. I think that's the fastest I've seen him move. He knew what was at stake there, that Braves run. Good effort, good hustle there by him.
Two down for Michael Harris. Braves trailing 4-3. Able to get one of those runs back that they gave up in the bottom of the 5th. Harris takes a ball in the dirt. That changeup bounced off the plate, 1-0. To Harris. Grounded foul. Just kind of bounced it outside the batter's circle. Harris 0 for 2. Ground out to second. Ground out to short. And he has 2 hits in this series. One yesterday, a single, and the other one in game 1, a double. Verdugo lead at first, held by Wagaman. Alcantara's 1-1. And Harris watches a slider sail by. Missed outside, 2-1. Alcantara at 94 pitches. They've got the right-hander Anthony Bender throwing in the bullpen. Harris with a ground ball out to Wagaman at first base. He's got it right at the edge of the turf. Underhand toss to Alcantara, who covers the bag. And the 3-1 put out into the top of the 6th inning, but the Braves do get one run.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
All-Star Game. Spend your afternoon driving around with Chuck and Chernoff, and you can win a pair of Braves tickets. It happens during the 4 o'clock hour weekday afternoons on 680 The Fan.
Marlins leading the Braves 4-3 into the bottom of the 6th inning here at Lone Depot Park. Great to have you with us. Hope it's a pretty Sunday wherever you're tuning in from today. Ben and Darren with you for the final game of the series. First pitch and a shot down the left field line by Nick Fortes. That'll roll all the way to the warning track and now to the base of the wall. Verdugo just now arrives. Fortes with a leadoff double. And more contact right out of the box for the Marlins. And that leadoff double by the man batting 8th is not how you saw this inning starting for Elder. But Fortes down there, and they've got 10 hits in the game.
Yeah, another Bryce Elder slider that just kind of rolled in there. And where it was located up, that's an easy pitch for a major leaguer to hit. Bryce has lost command of that slider here the last 2 innings.
Dylan Dodd is up and throwing for the Braves in the bullpen. And still Bender for the Marlins. Meeting at the mound is Ozzie, Drake, and Bryce are all having a conversation. Home plate umpire John Bacon comes out there to sizzle things up. Couldn't help myself.
Yes.
Javier Sanoja, the batter.
I've been thinking of bacon puns all day, and just striking out, Ben.
I have faith that you'll come up with something by the end of the game. Let's see if he bunts. He squares, pulls back, takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. As far as breakfast proteins go, where does bacon rank for you?
Are we counting eggs as a protein?
No, well, just the meat.
The meats. I would say number 2. I'm a sausage guy.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. He shows bunt. That's bunted right in front of the plate. Baldwin's on it. Thought about throwing to third. Nobody was there. Now he throws to first base. Ozzie covers. Well, Riley was thinking, yeah, just throw it down here. I'll get back to the bag. But you could understand Drake not going down there because Austin had come down the line to defend the bunt.
Yeah, I was surprised Riley left the base there. You know, as a hitter, you're trying to bunt that ball to third to make the third baseman field it so your runner can advance to third. That was an opportunity. If Riley stayed home, Drake could have gotten that lead runner.
I mean, when the bunt landed, it was right in front of the right-hand batter's box. I mean, right there in front of Drake. So here comes Brian Snitker. That'll be the end of the road for Bryce Elder.
For full details, including terms and conditions, visit unlock.com/legal. Call 1-888-780-6854 to speak with a representative today. Actor Portrayal. Terms and conditions apply. Not available in all states.
Hey, homeowners. Can I get a minute of your time? If you need cash but don't want another loan, I've got the perfect solution. You can access up to $500,000 of your home's equity without monthly payments or interest ever with Unlock. This isn't a loan. It's a home equity agreement. With Unlock, you may qualify for cash today in exchange for a share of your home's future value. No debt, no extra bills, just financial flexibility on your terms. Use the money however you want. Home improvements, paying off debt, investing, or boosting your retirement savings. Unlike HELOCs, home equity loans, or cash out refis, there are no monthly payments. No stress. You've built this equity. Now it's time to use it. Go to unlock.com for more information.
Don't wait. Call 888-780-6854 to unlock the equity in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Call 888-780-6854. 888-780-6854 or visit unlock.com. That's unlock.com for more information.
Get ready for July 4th with early savings at Lowe's.
For the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
For game-changing performance on the field to getting things done around the house, doers make a difference. And when it comes to home improvement needs delivered right to your door, the Home Depot is how doers get more done.
Stream Braves baseball in crystal clear HD on the Fan app. Now with Apple CarPlay, so you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
Marlins 4, Braves 3. We find ourselves in the bottom of the 6th. We do have a base runner at third. Bryce Elder is responsible for Fortes after his leadoff double and advancing on a sac bunt. On to try to limit the damage, the left-hander Dylan Dodd. The 27-year-old will be pitching for the 7th time with the big league club this season. Has yet to allow an earned run in 4 2/3 innings pitched, holding opponents to a paltry .071 batting average.
Xavier Edwards batting from the right side against the lefty Dodd. First pitch a called strike, got a cutter over. Infield is in. But Edwards has had a good day. 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Edwards, the switch hitter. He had been batting from the left side versus Elder. Now batting from the right side. And he'll send one fouled on the left field line. Hooking into the seats. And an 0-2 count. Folks, Napa is a proud partner of your Atlanta Braves with America's largest network of parts and care. Napa has all the bases covered when it comes to your ride. Marlins 4, Braves 3. Bottom of the 6th inning. Runner at third, 1 down. Dodd hoping to make the right selection, get a strikeout here. Get it out without any contact. Keep that runner at third base. Is 0-2 to the plate. And he missed low it inside with a slider.
When we saw Dylan Dodd as a starter, he'd had the normal starter's repertoire. Since he's been a reliever, switched to the cutter, four-seam occasional slider, and that's benefited him well, especially against right-handers. They're 0 for 9 against him thus far this season.
Dodge 1-2 to the plate. Fouled back into the screen. That fastball 94 from Dodd. Dodd adjusts his cap. Black glove set right in front of his belt buckle. Southpaw kicks and fires. And he missed low with a cutter. Count level 2-2 on Xavier Edwards.
I'll be interested to ask Dodd if he likes being a bullpen guy. Some guys do it reluctantly. You know, other guys will do, hey, I'll do whatever you want me to do as long as I'm in the major leagues.
Is 2-2. And Edwards sends one foul. I'm going to guess the latter answer would come from him.
I think so. You know, he was a third rounder in the 2021 draft, so he came in expecting to be a starter, but he's been down there toiling at Gwinnett for a while, and he's been a nice addition to this Braves bullpen here.
Well, I just remember what you've said. Every reliever is a failed starter.
That's right.
2-2 to the plate. And he missed outside with a fastball. Big pitch coming up right here. 3-2 on Edwards. Runner at third, 1 out. Marlins trying to add on to their 1-run lead. They've been pretty good today with men in scoring position. Dodd brings the 3-2 and a fly ball towards shallow center. Spreading in Michael Harris. Michael can't get there. That splashes in for a base hit. That will drive in Nick Fortes, and it's now a 5-3 game. Now, the infield was in. If they're at regular depth, Ozzie probably gets to that ball. It was in shallow right center when it bounced on the turf. But with the infield in, Ozzie had to look up and go a long way. Acuna and Harris had a long way to go just to get in the vicinity of where that ball dropped in. And the softest of singles turns into an RBI base hit. Yep. A 5-3 game.
That one's on me, Ben. I jinxed Dylan.
Here's Jesus Sanchez. On a ground ball out towards first base. Grabbed by Dodd. He has to race to the bag, and he got him. Look, that was between the bag and the mound, and Olsen and Dodd came together. And regardless of who gloved it, first base is going to be open. And the good news is Dodd was the one who gloved it because all his momentum was going that direction. And he was able to win the race versus Sanchez somehow.
Yeah, that's the hardest play in the infield for a pitcher and a fielder. I think he got him there. Pretty good speed from Dodd. He actually barehanded that one, which you don't see pitchers do all that often. Really athletic play there.
That's a big out. 2 down for Otto Lopez, though. Lopez has been burning it up today. And in this series as well. Has 5 hits. Takes ball inside. We can close the line on Elder. Fortes has run charged to Bryce. So 5 runs on his line. 1-0 to Lopez. Missed low with a cutter. You know, going back to the ball that Edwards hit, you like soft contact.
Yeah.
You just, infield's in. If they're at regular depth, that's no problem.
Yeah, that's an out.
2-0 pitch. Lopez sends one foul.
Yeah, and Braves coaching staff understands that. You know, Dylan, the name of the game as a pitcher is to get that soft contact, weak contact, swings and misses. And Dylan did a nice job there. It's just, that's baseball. You can't control everything.
5-3 Marlins, bottom of the 6th. And there's a deep drive to left field. Verdugo going to go back, got a bead on it, makes an over-the-shoulder catch in deep left. And that ends the bottom of the 6th inning. But another run for the Marlins. Braves have not been able to keep them quiet in the middle innings.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with 5X frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Top of the 7th, Braves trailing the Marlins by a score of 5-3. Sandy Alcantara's day is done after 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs with 4 strikeouts. On to relieve him, longtime Marlins righty Anthony Bender. Bender has pitched in 31 games this season. Has actually faced the Braves 16 times in his career.
Seeing him again, here's Nick Allen. Allen backs out of there, taking a front door sweeper, 0-1.
Yeah, that sweeper is Bender's favorite pitch, throws it almost half the time. It's been good for him this season. Really high value on that pitch.
It's a good name for a pitcher. 0-1 pitch. And a bouncer. Out to the mound. Bender's got it. Underhand toss to the bag. 1 down. When you have a last name like that, kind of falls in line with what we were saying the other day. You got to have a good bender.
That's right.
That sweeper's got some good bend to it.
Sure does. He's got some deception, too. He's a low arm angle righty. That fastball, 98, sinker down in on Nick Allen's hands. So tough matchup for a righty.
1 out for Ronald Acuna. Braves trailing 5-3 in the top of the 7th. Pitch from Bender. There's a slider for a called strike. So you got Bender who can bend it. And they got Jansen Junk, who's a junk ball pitcher. That's all fitting. We saw Junk on Friday night as he got the win. 0-1 to Acuna. Came inside, almost got him with a sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike. 11 hits in the game for the Marlins. And of their 11 hits, 4 of them have come with men in scoring position. They've gone 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. 1-1, Acuna attacks, but a bouncer out to third. Up with it now, Sanoja. He makes another good play. 5-3 put out of Ronald Acuna. 2 quick outs in the 7th. Coming up, it'll be the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by 13 Heroes, a premium line of spirits founded to honor the lives of the 13 service members killed in Afghanistan in 2021. Help turn tragedy into legacy by visiting 13heroes.com today. Braves have gone down in order twice in the game. And they're hoping Matt Olson keeps them out of that here. Olson's been on once. Kept his on-base streak alive. And there's a ball outside. In fact, for Olson, he's now reached base in 23 consecutive games, dating back to May 29th. It's the longest active on-base streak in baseball and the longest single-season streak of Olson's career. There's a ball outside. Trailing by 2 runs in the 7th, he wouldn't mind if he did a little bit more than just get on base. See if he could rattle some seats out there in right field. 2-0 to Olson. And the sweeper misses away, 3-0. From Bender. And a called strike on the inside corner. Funny enough, Matt Olson is the only player in baseball with a longer active on-base streak than Ronald Acuna. So the 2 longest current on-base streaks in baseball are at the top of the Braves order. Olson swings and misses at a sweeper and a 3-2 count. Ronald has reached base in 18 straight. Olson has reached base in 23 straight. And while they've both been on in this game, it hasn't been enough to this point. Braves trailing 5-3 in the top of the 7th. Base is empty. 3-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 4. Bounced a changeup up there.
Yeah, even though he took the count full there, Bender was being very careful with Matt. As you mentioned, Matt can leave the yard, and Bender struggles a little bit more against lefties. Righties, like Austin Riley digging in the box right now, hitting just 161 off him this season.
The Braves have hit 2 home runs this series, one of them from Austin Riley Friday night. And he climbs in here with a runner at first base, trailing by 2 runs. There's a ball outside, missed with a sweeper. One to Riley. And a strike and a sinker over. Riley has seen Bender more than any other Braves player on the roster. He's 3 for 10 against him in his career, with a homer and a triple against him, believe it or not. Either would be nice here. 1-1, and Riley with a fly ball towards left center field. Dane Myers and Otto Lopez there. This will be the shortstop's ball in shallow left center. And that's out number 3. And the Braves strand a runner at first base. Time to stretch in Miami. Opportunities starting to fall by the wayside for the Braves. We head to the bottom of the 7th, 5-3 Miami.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablet.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate...
Blue here when the Braves don't play at 7. Join me for the new Buck Belue Show here on The Fan, 680 and 93.7, home of the Braves.
We're into the bottom of the 7th here in Miami. Wish we had better news. Marlins have a 5-3 lead on the Braves. They have scored 2 runs in the 5th inning, 1 in the 6th. And here lately, when they've gotten men on base, it's been automatic. They've been very good with making contact and finding holes, as they've gone 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Meanwhile, the Braves have gone 2 for 10 in that department. Looking back on this game, Ronald Acuna led off the game with a double. He's also singled. He's scored 2 runs. We'll make the play of Ronald Acuna today the Truist play of the game. Brought to you by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. So for Dylan Dodd now, it's all about keeping the Marlins quiet and see what the boys can do once we get to the 8th inning, as it'll be Ozuna, Baldwin, and Albies due up in the 8th. Folks, did you know the all-time hot sauce leader in RBIs is the original Louisiana brand hot sauce? The original Louisiana brand hot sauce is like a double play for your mouth. That's Louisiana Hot. Braves will wrap up this series today, and then it's off to New York. We'll hop on the Delta Charter, fly north, and we will see the Mets Monday through Thursday. And that'll wrap up this road trip. Here's Eric Wagaman to lead off for the Marlins. Wagaman's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Takes a ball outside. Wagaman from Aliso Viejo, California. Growing up, he was a big Angels fan there in Southern California. Pitch on the way to Wagaman. Ground ball out the third. And Riley secures. Sends it over to first base. 1 down. Wagaman, to finish that thought, big dude. 6'4", 220. So you wouldn't expect that a guy his size would grow up having his favorite player be David Eckstein. Huh. That was his favorite player. Very different player than Wagaman now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you were growing up in that time in Southern California following the Angels, Eckstein was a fan favorite.
Yeah. Maybe Wagaman was a late grower, little guy when he was young.
Here's Kyle Stowers. There's ball inside. Well, they had some players on that team in the early 2000s.
They did.
Winning that World Series at 0-2. Here's a 1-0 pitch on the way to Kyle Stowers. And Stowers unloads to deep right field, but that will fly foul. Hooked it just on the outside of the foul pole. 1-1.
I've been looking around here and looked down at the visitors' bullpen down there, see if anybody's warming up, and I had a thought pop in my head about one of my favorite games in the major leagues that I ever was a part of. I didn't even play in it. It was the day after we clinched. I think it was 22.
Yeah.
We clinched the division after that late season heroic comeback.
Here's the 1-1 to Stowers. No foul it off because the Braves swept the Mets and had to come down here and win one game.
Yes. And we won, I think, the second one.
I think that's right.
And Dansby knew he wasn't going to play that third game. So he came to the bullpen. He said, hey, I just want to go through a day with how the bullpen, what you guys do. I want to hang out with you. So he walked down there with us. He spent the first 7 or 8 innings of the game just sitting up there on the perch, talking to us, talking about life, talking about, he's a pending free agent, talking about the season. And it was just a cool, 2.5 hours just sitting down there with a guy, watching him get his perspective of what we do and then talking to him about, what he does. Just a fun night.
And for you guys in the bullpen, it probably felt like bring a friend to work day.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's out there grinding every pitch, and he looks down there. We got our feet kicked up, so he got to enjoy that himself for one day.
Drake Baldwin has had an issue with his pitch comm device on his right shin guard. Had to swap it out. How is the bullpen here in Miami? Players like it?
It's pretty much average across the board. There is a little perch where you can sit. You have a nice view, but the problem is the stairs going up to it are treacherous. They're metal, and you're wearing metal spikes.
Yeah.
It's a great way to end your season, is going up and down that thing. You can't really see much of the game from where you're supposed to sit. So combine that with the excessively loud music and the below average atmosphere in this building, I'd say it's probably a little bit below average.
That pretty much sums it up. 5-3 Marlins in the bottom of the 7th. Base is empty, 1 down. 1-2 to Stowers. That'll miss low. So what you're saying is the most redeeming quality of coming to a game here is the coffee and the chicken tenders.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I didn't know about the chicken tenders when I was playing. Otherwise, I would have enjoyed it more here.
And you came away a big fan of the Miami chicken tenders. 2-2 pitch, fouled off into the seats down the left field line. What bullpen was one that you really liked? Is there one that comes to mind where you say that is hands down the Taj Mahal of visiting bullpens?
Well, the Toronto bullpen now is the best in the league by far.
Okay. 2-2 fouled off again by Stowers.
I like Yankee Stadium bullpen. You know, we were locked in a little aquarium down there. The glass. We spent a lot of time folding gum wrappers into paper airplanes and shooting them up into the ceiling insulation.
2-2 to Stowers. And he'll swing and foul back a fastball. And 2-2. Well, it's just fun to ask those questions because I feel like the question that we get asked the most from fans is, what's your favorite booth on the road? Because, you know, there might be some stadiums that are great for fans, maybe not so much for broadcasters. Dodd missed low and outside with a cutter. So if I were to say that one of my top 10 booths would be the one that we're currently in Miami, they'd never see that coming. They just assume, well, there's nobody there. It must not be fun to work there. But I'd say the work environment here is terrific. 3-2 pulled fouled on the right field line.
I enjoy Milwaukee. I've been there twice. I don't enjoy
I know you don't like the food.
The food quite as much there, but the booth was pretty nice. I enjoy that.
It was a good booth. But if you asked a fan what's your favorite ballpark that you've been to, you're going to get the same 3-4 answers that you mostly get. 3-2 to Stowers, and there's ball 4 outside. 1 out, walk to him, so he takes first base. And that'll bring up Dane Myers. For instance, you might have a fan say, oh, Wrigley Field. And I'd say, yeah, Wrigley's an amazing place for fans.
Yeah.
And I like working there. Look, it's 3 games in and out, but you and I are pretty much in each other's laps when we work there.
Yeah. I can store pens in your pocket. And, yeah, you know, we make it work.
It's our Wrigley Field cockpit. There's a ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, this is Miami's a good place for us to work. It's a good place in the division, and our division has lots of good places to work. 1-0 to Dane Myers. Missed low of the fastball. Well, since Dodd took over last inning, 27 pitches, 15 strikes. No strikeouts yet. Myers ready to pull the trigger. He'll swing and miss at a cutter and a 2-1 count. Lefty Dylan Dodds at right of the belt. Lead at first base by Stowers. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. Even up the count with a cutter. Dane Myers out of Katy, Texas. 29 years old. Played 3 seasons at Rice University. Here's the 2-2 from Dodd. And he got him swinging with a cutter. 2 down in the 7th. As Myers is finished, that'll bring Liam Hicks up to the plate. In the 8th, the Braves will have the middle 3 due up, currently trailing 5-3. And now a pinch hitter will come to the plate for the Marlins. This looks like Agustin Ramirez. And it is. This guy is dangerous. We learned that on Friday night when he had a 4 RBI game. Hit a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning Friday night in that 6-2 victory for the Marlins. He has 11 homers on the season. He's a rookie catcher. Batting .234. Dodd throws over to first base. But as we detailed on Friday night and then talked a little bit more about Ramirez yesterday, Ramirez, 23 years old. He was with the Yankees. And the Marlins had him come their way in that deal that sent Jazz Chisholm to New York last year. And they are high on him. Pitch on the way to Ramirez and a called strike. Ramirez from the Dominican Republic. Growing up, he idolized Albert Pujols.
No way.
Yep.
I was just about to say he looks like Albert Pujols in the box. Not in the setup, but in the mechanics of the swing.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball out to short. Allen to second base. Ozzie has got it for the force out. And they go the short route to get Stowers and out number 3. I should have put that on a tee for you. I should have known you'd have guessed Albert Pujols. Because he mechanically looks just like...
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Getting late for the Braves. Trailing 5-3 into the top of the 8th inning. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. It's still Anthony Bender on the mound for the Marlins. He faced 4 batters last inning in relief of Sandy Alcantara. Marcell Ozuna leads off. There's a called strike. Braves need a comeback win to win this game, take the series, and also win back-to-back road games for the first time since the end of April. It has not been easy on the road for the Braves. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way from Marcell Ozuna. Bender brings it, and Ozuna takes a called strike. Coming up next, it'll be the Braves and the Mets Monday through Thursday. That'll be Schwellenbach, Strider, Fuentes, and Holmes for the Braves in that 4-game series. Mets will counter with Blackburn, Montas, Holmes, and Canning. Dang it, I'm going to miss that Holmes matchup by 1 game. 2 inside. Yeah, Grant goes game... No. Yeah, I'm sorry. Grant goes game 4 for the Braves, Grant Holmes. And Clay Holmes game 3 for the Mets.
Okay.
One and 2 on Ozuna. Ozuna comes unraveled, swinging and missing at a sweeper. 1 down.
Yeah, young Didier Fuente is going to get all the noise and excitement he wants up there against the Mets. You know, the Chris Sale news of the broken rib presses him into duty every 5 days. It'll be exciting to see him pitch there.
Here comes Clayton McCullough. That'll be the end of the day for Bender. Marlins make the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen. If you're looking to transform your lawn this year, just turn to Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. Pennington Grass.
This July 4th at Lowe's, get up to 40% off select GE appliances. Plus, get an additional 10% off when you buy 2 or 3 select major appliances, like the exclusive GE Profile 4.6 cubic foot capacity, ventless and ultra-fast all-in-one washer and dryer combo with pet hair removal that separates hair from fabrics using high-speed airflow. Shop GE Profile deals at Lowe's. See associate for more details. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Exclusions apply. Valid 6/18 through 7/9.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? Well, meet Experian, your BFF, as in big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. Experian not only has a bunch of ways to help you save, but lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and many other things you'd expect from a big financial friend. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Based on FICO Score 8 model. Offers and approval not guaranteed. Terms apply. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We have one down on top of the 8th. Braves trailing the Marlins 5-3. Anthony Bender worked an inning in the 3rd with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He will now yield to the righty, Calvin Fauché. Calvin has pitched in 30 games this season. We saw him in Game 1 of this series. He is tough on lefties, and that's why you're seeing him here against the lefty swinging Drake Baldwin, only hitting .204 off him this year.
Looking for a spark here in the top of the 8th inning, and Drake Baldwin swings and misses at a high fastball. Fauché had a clean 9th inning on Friday night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Baldwin with a bouncer up the first base line. Fauché has got it, carries it to the bag himself. Unassisted out by Fauché. And now both teams have a play just like that in this game.
Yeah, you don't see too many one unassisted, and especially 2 of them in a game.
Yeah. That one was a pretty easy route for Fauché. It was a great play by Dodd when he did it. And that was a race. Dodd did it versus Jesus Sanchez and beat him out. 2 down for Ozzie Albies. They play him to pulls. He bats from the left side. First pitch fastball off the mid of Nick Fortes. And bouncing to the backstop. 1-0. Ozzie open stance in the left-hand batter's box. 1-0 pitch. He swings and misses at a high cutter.
Yeah, this Marlins team a little unconventional in their bullpen usage. They do closer by committee based on the matchup. So Fauché does have 7 saves this season. So we'll see somebody else in the 9th here.
1-1 bounced up there. 2 balls and a strike.
Unless he's going long and he's trying to get vibe outs. We'll see.
Could be. Clayton McCullough going to try to figure out whatever it takes. Marlins are a win away from their first series win versus the Braves since September of 2023. 2 on a called strike and a 2-2 count. They've got a long flight in front of them. Marlins will wrap up this game, then they fly to San Francisco. They do have an off day tomorrow, but they got the Giants starting Tuesday night. Here's the 2-2, a huge swing and a miss by Ozzie Albies at a cutter. So the Braves go down to 1-2-3 in the 8th. No 8th inning magic today. We go to the bottom of the inning, 5-3.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them.
Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. Bring the heat.
Don't miss Tom Glavine and his Hall of Fame insight every Monday afternoon at 3:30 during Chuck and Chernoff on the radio home of the Braves, 680 The Fan and the Fan app.
Bottom of the eighth here in Miami. Score still stands 5-3 Marlins. We have the newest Brave on the mound, just called up yesterday when the Chris Sale injury was announced. 28-year-old left-hander Austin Cox making his way back to the major leagues, hasn't pitched since 2023.
There to greet him, Nick Fortes. First pitch, ripped foul. That'll land up in the third deck. And that'll be amongst a bunch of empty seats. That'll probably be up there until September. They don't even open the third deck unless the Yankees are in town. They open that third deck, fans come in there and they're greeted with souvenirs already before the game even starts. There's a ball low, 1-1.
Just cobwebs. The pigeons are like, hey, what are you doing here?
There's baseballs up there with cobwebs all over them. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch all the way from Cox. Just low and outside. Where we sit there in the visitors' radio booth, if we look to our right, we're dead even with the first row of the upper deck. You can see directly down the row. There's the 1-2 pitch. There's a ball low. And there was a game last year where we got here and there was a foul ball. I could see it. It was on the aisle. And when we came back later in the year, the same ball was there. And somehow they just missed it. But it sat there for weeks. There's the 2-2 pitch. And Fortes blasts one foul. He hooked it into the seats down the left field line, 2-2.
Hard to believe a Marlins employee didn't go up there and grab the ball for his kid or something. It is a hike up there.
Yeah.
So we might be the highest ones in the stadium here.
Look, there's somebody up there looking for that foul ball in the left field line. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
There's a pitch on the way, fouled back into just over the screen. Now, they got that closed off. But there's a guy up there in a red shirt looking for the ball. He got up there somehow. He's the only guy we've seen up there. Looks like he's wearing an Acuna jersey. There's the 2-2. Popped up. That'll come back our way and foul. So he's trying to find that souvenir that landed up there in the third deck, and there's no fans up there. So he had to sneak his way up there.
Well, it's Bark in the Park Day. He needs to go borrow a black lab and see if he can sniff it out.
Right. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Well, what's been stuck in one place in this ballpark longer than anything is that bottle of water right in front of our booth. I'll have to tell our listeners about that story. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Fortes, and he'll swing and miss at a curveball for strike 3. And one down here in the 8th inning. Good start here in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. And if the Braves can strike out the side, our contestant Roy Holloman will be the lucky winner of a brand new Yanmar UTV. Enter all season long at Braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win a Yanmar UTV and to be entered for a grand prize drawing at the end of the season. Yanmar, built together, back longer. So good start for Roy. One down on the strikeout by Fortes. Here's Sanoa. That'll be sent foul. Folks, right outside our booth, over the ledge and about 5 feet under where we sit, there's a bank of speakers. And there's a little platform there with a speaker bolted into either side of that little platform. So the folks in those suites down below us can hear all the action. 0-1 pitch and a ground ball to third base. Riley will take it, send it over to first, 2 down. And I don't know who did it, but obviously what took place was there is a visiting broadcaster here who had a full bottle of water. I mean, it's what, a liter at least? Maybe a liter. It's a big bottle of water.
Big boy.
And somewhere along the way, he knocked a full bottle of water out the window. Now, he was probably horrified thinking it landed on some fans down below because there are suites right under us. But it landed on that platform that holds the speakers. Here's Xavier Edwards, and he takes a ball. And it got lodged right there. And I've been calling games here since 2012. And I'm trying to remember the first time I noticed it, but it's been down there on top of that platform with the 2 speakers for at least 5 years. At least. There's a 1-0 pitch. That'll miss high. So every time we come here, we open up the windows to our booth, we look over the ledge to see if that bottle of water is still there. And sure enough, it still is. It survived 5-6 years stuck in between those 2 speakers. There's the 2-0 pitch on the way to Xavier Edwards. And Edwards blisters one into left. Base hit, rolling across the turf, all the way to the base of the left field wall. He will have his 3rd hit of the game. And this time an extra base hit. He's on for the 4th time. He puts a double on his line along with 2 singles and a walk. The inning continues. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Braves Radio Network.
Never miss a pitch of the Braves.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan, and streaming free on the Fan app.
Runner at second, 2 down. It's a 5-3 lead for the Marlins in the bottom of the 8th. Jesus Sanchez up to the plate. They will actually pinch hit for him with Connor Norby. Send up the righty to face the lefty Cox. And the pitch on the way to Connor Norby. In the dirt. Good knockdown by Drake Baldwin.
Ben, that water bottle story reminds me of something that used to happen in the Braves locker room. I might have told you this story, but, in the team shower, everybody showers. Some very tall, inconsiderate jerk picked a booger and put it up as high as he could put it on the tile wall, where the cleaning crew didn't see it or didn't care to see it. And every year we'd come back on the home opener. And me and Mike Soroka had a running thing for the years. We'd come back and we'd see that bad boy just majestically perched up on the tile about 9.5 feet up there. They never cleaned this booger off.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. And Norby takes a strike. This happened at our ballpark?
Yeah, at Truist.
Is it still there?
It's gone, from what I've been told. I haven't been in there in a while.
It had a good run, huh?
It did. Somebody pulled out the mop and got it down.
You guys, man. 2-1 pitch. That'll be fouled off. That took a piece of Baldwin's gear with it. Who got it up there?
Nobody knows. But Soroka noticed it and pointed it out to me. And it just became a running joke. Every year we'd look forward to getting home and seeing if the boogie was still there.
How high up on the wall we talk?
Oh, I'm like 9.5 feet. That's why I said it was a tall, inconsiderate, person.
Oh, man.
The poor cleaning crew couldn't reach it.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him looking for strike 3. That ends the bottom of the 8th. Well, if that isn't an appropriate story for how this game's going, I don't know what is. See if the Braves can find a way to turn things around. We go to the top of the 9th, 5-3 Marlins.
Hello, Braves country. I'm Paul Bird, Braves alum. The Atlanta Braves are
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Morning Decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla?
Or every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
Marlins 5, Braves 3 as we head into the top of the ninth. Last chance for the good guys. Got to get 2 to extend this game. They will have a tall task. Got a nasty right-hander on the mound, Ronnie Henriquez. We saw him in game 1 of the series, working 1 inning pitch with 1 hit and 1 strikeout. He has 47 strikeouts, which puts him the tops in this Marlins bullpen. Also ranks second in the NL at that number, and he does that with a hard fastball, 96 to 98, and also has a really big bendy sweeper. So these Braves will have to lay off that thing here in this inning.
Well, of the guys who saw him the other night, it was Riley, Olson, Ozuna, and Albies. And here in the inning, Verdugo, Harris, and Allen. So none of these guys saw him the other night. Verdugo takes the ball low and inside. Also, Connor Norby remains in the game. He goes to third base. Javier Sanoja moves from third base to left field. Moving from left field to right field, Kyle Stowers. Sanchez out of there. There's a called strike. Marlins 5, Braves 3. Rubber game in this series. And the Braves down to their final 3 outs here in the top of the ninth inning. 1-1 to Verdugo. And he swings at a ball in the dirt and missed the sweeper. 1-2. If the Braves can't come back, that would end their streak of 3 straight series victories. And also, we're rolling into today. Braves are hoping to win this game and win back-to-back games on the road for the first time since the end of April. One, 2 to Verdugo. He stays alive, fouling back a fastball.
98 from Enriquez. They have him listed at 5'10", 155, so pretty impressive velocity from that frame.
How does that frame generate that kind of power?
A lot of fast twitch muscle.
Here's his 1-2 pitch. And Verdugo sends one foul on the right field line. Hooked it into the seats. Need some base runners. Braves went down in order in the 8th inning. That also happened in the 4th and 5th innings. Braves 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They've stranded 6 on. 1-2, laced out towards left field, lay down ball at will, and a base hit down the line. Over to cut it off Sanoja. He got to it quickly. That limits Verdugo to a single, but a good trip to the plate for Alex, and it results in a base hit down the left field line. So now you got the tying run to the plate in Michael Harris. On deck is Sean Murphy. He'd be pinch hitting for Nick Allen. It would be great to send Murphy up there with 2 men on base. Pitch on the way to Harris. And a first pitch strike. Started him off with a changeup at 91. Right-hander Enriquez set right at the letters. Here's the pitch on the way to Harris. Bouncer right back to Enriquez to second. They get 1. Lopez to first, and they get 2. Very impressively played by Enriquez and Lopez. I mean, it was hit hard, got back to Enriquez quickly, and like Darren mentioned, he's not a big guy, but quickly reacted and got that one hopper right back to him. Started up a 1-6-3 double play. So now it's up to Sean Murphy. Now, we've not seen Murph since game 1 in this series. Murphy in game one went 1 for 4. He did not face Enriquez that night. Murphy batting .220 on the season, 9 home runs. First pitch he sees is a called strike, fastball 98. That's the first double play the Braves have hit into in this series. 0-1 pitch off the plate. If Murphy can reach, he'd still have a crack at it with Acuna, who swings a weighted bat in the on-deck circle. 1-1 to Murphy. Fouled off the inside of his foot, and the Braves are down to their final swing. Marlins fans standing on their feet. They are 1 strike away from a series victory over the Braves. And the 1-2 pitch. Murphy swings and misses at strike 3. And the Braves lose the series in Miami. For the Braves in the ninth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. And the rubber game goes to the Marlins. Braves now 3-9 on Sundays this year. And once again denied an opportunity to win back-to-back road games for the first time since April. And a sour trip to Miami ends here in this rubber game with the Marlins taking this one 5-3 over the Braves. Back with the totals after this.
You know what my favorite thing about Braves games are? Everything. The crowds and the food and the baseballs and the food and the cheering and the food. Kind of like how everything at Cortland's Apartments is my favorite. Hi, I'm Courtney, Cortland's spokespug, here to tell you about the awesome live and play spaces at Cortland and the amazing resident service. That's probably why they were ranked #1 apartment brand on Reputation.com. Cortland, proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. Find your new apartment home at Cortland.com.
The All-Star break is in sight, and that can mean only one.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has been the MVP for replacement windows and doors. They're proud to celebrate their 30th anniversary this month, taking care of Florida homes like yours. And that's why they're celebrating you with Renewal by Andersen's 30-year anniversary sale. All month, buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Upgrade your home with Firex frames, custom made for a perfect fit, no gaps, no fading, and made right here in the USA. Book your free design consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service. Number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Lowe's sabe que ahora más que nunca buscas el precio más bajo. Por eso, cuenta con nuestra garantía de precios bajos para obtener lo que necesitas a precios competitivos para tus proyectos. Y si encuentras un artículo igual a un precio más bajo que califica, te lo igualaremos. Lowe's, nosotros ayudamos, tú ahorras. Igualación de precio aplica al artículo igual con un precio actual en tiendas calificadas. Aplican términos y exclusiones. Detalles en lowes.com/garantía precios bajos.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? Well, meet Experian, your BFF, as in big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. Experian not only has a bunch of ways to help you save, but lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and many other things you'd expect from a big financial friend. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Based on FICO Score 8 model. Offers and approval not guaranteed. Terms apply. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
Lowe's knows laundry day could use a little more convenience. That's why we have the GE Profile Ultra Fast Washer and Dryer Combo that washes and dries a large load of laundry in about 2 hours without the hassle of transferring clothes from the washer to the dryer. Shop GE Profile this July 4th at Lowe's. Based on completing normal wash and dry cycle with Eco-Dry using a 10-pound load in about 2 hours. See associate for more details. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, exclusions apply.
Well, for the Braves, this series finishes with a dud, a 5-3 loss here versus Miami. And Darren, the Home Depot is proud to present today's player of the game. Who will that be today?
Yeah, Marlins second baseman Xavier Edwards was a thorn in the Braves side all day. 3 for 4, stolen base, RBI, run scored. So, yeah, he's getting an orange bucket today.
Yeah, he was getting it done and pacing the Marlins offense as they had a dozen hits in this game and won it by a final score of 5-3. So he's your player of the game, built by the Home Depot. Outdoors get more done. Here are the totals for the Marlins. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 9 men left on base. They hit 1 home run, a solo homer by Kyle Stowers in the second inning. For the Braves, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 6 men left on base, no home runs for the Braves. Braves fall to 35-41 with the loss, and the Marlins improved to 31-45 with the win. Winning pitcher is Sandy Alcantara. He's now 4-8 with a 6.69 ERA. Bryce Elder takes the loss. He's 2-4 with a 4.77 ERA. And the save goes to Enriquez, his second of the year, and an ERA of 3 for him. Ronnie Enriquez, that is. Attendance for today's game, 16,486. And the time of this afternoon's game, 2 hours, 30 minutes. Brought to you by First Liberty Building and Loan. And if you're looking for $750,000 or more in financing to grow your business, contact First Liberty Building and Loan at firstlibertyga.com. As I mentioned, the Braves did not homer in this game, but Tire Discounters is closed on Sundays. So we'll take the total from yesterday's ball game, 1 homer for the Braves, and that will get you your discount tomorrow at Tire Discounters. So make sure you're dropping there tomorrow. And the homer that the Braves hit last night will score you $75 off a set of select tires tomorrow, plus a free alignment and a free oil change with your tire purchase. And that's only from Tire Discounters. Learn more about the Braves and Tire Discounters round tripper home run promotion at tirediscounters.com/Braves. It is on to New York now for the Braves. It'll be a 4-game series starting tomorrow night versus the Mets. We'll tell you about that series when we come back and close on the Braves Radio Network.
There's a tidal wave of clean car happiness sweeping across Braves country. Tidal Wave Auto Spa is your go-to car wash destination for a game day ready ride. Experience Major League Clean at Tidal Wave, the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves. Stay clean car happy all season long with membership discounts, exclusive giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for details.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Have you ever wondered if there was something special you could put on your food to make it even better? There is, and it's called the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce, perfectly blending zesty peppers, tangy vinegar, and salty salt. The Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce makes curly fries into curl your toes fries, and every plate of nachos into nacho heck yeah. Only the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
There are 444 winners through July 1st, so what are you waiting for? Hurry and play Cash 4 today to instantly win an extra $444 only from the Georgia Lottery.
Hey, Braves fans, don't get tricked into following the baseball season or the Atlanta sports scene anywhere else. Listen to Cellini and Domino weekdays 10 to 2 on 680 The Fan.
All right, we turn the page on this series in Miami. Marlins win this game 5-3 over the Braves. Now it's on to New York to see the Mets. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night. Braves and Mets from Citi Field in New York. Our Braves Radio Network coverage will begin at 5:55 Eastern with a Ford leadoff show. And then Darren and I have the first pitch tomorrow night at 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. Matchup of a couple of right-handers. Spencer Schwellenbach gets the ball for the Braves, trying to restore order. He's 5-4 with a 3.26 ERA. Paul Blackburn, whom the Braves just saw, will be going for the Mets. He's 0-1 with a 6.92 ERA. So for the guys back in studio, Joe Virgin and Lucas Kochevar. Also for Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer, Jonathan Chadwick, I'm Ben Ingram saying so long and good evening from Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. Again, the final, Marlins 5, Braves 3. Stay tuned for the Hyundai postgame show. That starts up right now with Barrett Sallee.
Thank you very much, Ben. Disappointing end to the three-game set in Miami. Let's get to our Xfinity play of the game, and it came in the first inning. Ronald Acuna Jr. doubles on the first pitch that he sees, and Austin Riley knocks him in. Two batters later for the Braves, getting them on the board first. Xfinity knows live baseball is better with less freezing at the plate. That's why we deliver Wi-Fi built for streaming with ultra-low lag. Get the fastest connection to the Braves and stream more of the biggest moments from the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Totals, highlights, and sound from the clubhouse coming up after the break. You're listening to the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to Atlanta Braves Baseball on the Braves Radio Network, lit by Louisiana Hot Sauce. This broadcast of Atlanta Braves Baseball is a presentation of the Atlanta Braves and Dickey Broadcasting Company, Atlanta. Any use of the accounts, descriptions, and audio of today's game without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves Major League Baseball Club and Dickey Broadcasting Company is strictly prohibited. Don't move, because the Hyundai Postgame Show is up next on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network, lit by Louisiana Hot Sauce.
Go ahead, caller. Got a question for Michael Harris II?
Hey, Mike. Are you giving away your Bronco again this year?
You know it. Let me tell you how. One lucky fan could drive home Michael Harris II's custom Ford Bronco. Go to winmoneymikesbronco.com and get a link to enter for a chance to win today. This year, it was all my idea. No purchase necessary. Odds depend on entries received. Open to select legal residents of Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee 18 or older. Rules at winmoneymikesbronco.com. Entries must be received by and sweeps ends 9/2/25. Void where prohibited.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Great teams win with smart plays. Just like great businesses win with Saia LTL Freight. As the exclusive freight and logistics company of the Atlanta Braves, Saia brings nationwide customer-first service that delivers every time. Need to move shipments across the country? Saia covers all the bases, coast to coast, to keep your business running smoothly. Make Saia part of your starting lineup. Visit Saia.com. That's SAIA.com.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Digging, grading, tilling, and mowing. All in a day's work with Yanmar, the tractor that works as hard as you do. Discover new possibilities at yanmartractor.com.
Johnny Venters coming out for relief here in the seventh.
Life will surprise you, and that can be hard.
Venters coming back from his third Tommy John surgery.
Getting the support you need during a challenging time is crucial for a successful future.
He strikes out swinging. Venters is in full control.
That is why I trust Globe Life. For over 125 years, they have been helping families protect their financial future, because every challenge is just a setup for your strongest comeback. Globe Life, make tomorrow better.
Braves fans, everyone's first pick for ice cold refreshment is back at McDonald's. The Braves Frozen Fanta, a winning blend of Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry and Frozen Fanta Wild Cherry. It's the MVP of flavor. And right now you can get a medium for only $1.99. That's what I call knocking your cravings out of the park for a grand slam of a deal. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, Atlanta, want to know the best thing about Urgent Ortho at Peachtree Orthopedics? Well, it's really great. First, they offer appointments the same day, on Saturday, or in the evening, so I can go when it works for me. Next, you get to avoid the crowded ER, and probably the best part, it costs less than the ER too. All that, and it's a total no-brainer. So why should you try Urgent Ortho at Peachtree Orthopedics? Simple, to get better. Call now to make an appointment or visit PeachtreeOrthopedics.com.
Hey everybody, Buck Bellew here. When the Braves don't play at 7, join me for the new Buck Bellew Show here on The Fan, 680 and 93.7. Home of the Braves.
Another ball game is in the books, and we've got it all covered. This is the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Braves Radio Network. All the highlights, news, and audio from today's game is on the way. All driven by your local Hyundai dealer. Proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. Visit buyhyundai.com.
Sales 3-2. Not a thing wrong with that. Here's the strike zone with a fastball.
Now live from the Battery Atlanta at Truist Park. It's time for the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Welcome into the Hyundai Postgame Show right here in the Braves Radio Network studios, just steps away from the right field gate at Truist Park. Braves had a chance to win their 5th straight series on Sunday, but Miami spoilers at Lone Depot Park. 5-3 winners are the Marlins over the Braves. Let's get to the highlights, and the Braves get started early. Ronald Acuna Jr. doubles on the first pitch that he sees from Sandy Alcantara. Matt Olson gets him to third on a flyout. That sets the stage for Austin Riley to get the Braves on the board.
Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Riley. Alcantara brings it. Riley grounds one out to short, and it gets through Otto Lopez. Make it 1-0 Braves. Infield was in, and Riley bounced that right under the glove of Otto Lopez, who thought he had it, and he whiffed it. And it's 1-0 Atlanta.
The Marlins answer right back in the second. Kyle Stowers leading off the inning against Bryce Elder, and Stowers sends one to the batter's eye.
Stowers in the series, 1 for 6. Had a pretty good month of May. And he swings, and it's a deep drive to center. Michael Harris to the wall, and he is now a spectator. That is out of here. Stowers banged one high and deep to the deepest part of the yard and ties up the game with his 11th home run of the season. It's 1 apiece.
415 feet and 108 miles per hour off the bat for Stowers. Top of the third, 2 down. Runners at first and second with Drake Baldwin at the plate looking to put the Braves back on top.
Contra glance to second. 2-0 pitch, ground ball, finds a hole, a base hit into center field. Here comes Acuna around third base. The throw out of center field by Myers, not in time. It's a base hit by Baldwin to retake the lead. 2-1 Braves here in the top of the third.
The Marlins answer right back in the bottom of the third. Xavier Edwards on second after a walk and a stolen base. Otto Lopez at the dish looking to drive him in and even it up at 2.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line drive into center for a base hit. Around third base, Edwards. Here's the throw out of center. It's cut off by Olson. And a base hit by Lopez to tie the game. Sent it right up the middle. That's his 4th hit of the series. He's now 4 for 9, and we're tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the third.
Same score, bottom of the 5th. Jesus Sanchez on third after a 1-out triple. Otto Lopez steps in again, looking to give the Fish the lead.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. And a ground ball up the middle into center field. That'll give the Marlins the lead. Otto Lopez goes right up the middle, just like he did in the third inning. Yep. And it's now a 3-2 Marlins lead in the 5th.
Same inning, 2 down. Runners at the corners. Dane Myers at the plate looking for an add-on run.
Austin Riley will be heads up at third base. Myers with 2 ground balls to third. And this time he'll send one into left field, a humpback liner for a base hit. In to score Lopez. Wagaman going first to third. And the Marlins keep runners at the corners after the single by Myers. It's 4-2 Miami.
Top of the 6th, still 4-2. Braves get runners at the corners after a Drake Baldwin walk and an Ozzie Albies single. Alex Verdugo steps to the plate with 1 down, looking to get 1 back.
First pitch, ground ball out to first. Wagaman has it, goes to second. They get 1 back to first, safe. And the run scores. Verdugo able to stay out of the double play, keep the inning alive. Baldwin scores. It's a 1-run game.
Dylan Dodd replaced Elder with one out in the bottom of the sixth. The first batter he sees is Xavier Edwards with one down and Nick Fortes on third.
Brings the 3-2 and a fly ball towards shallow center, spreading in Michael Harris. Michael can't get there. That splashes in for a base hit. That will drive in Nick Fortes, and it's now a 5-3 game. And the softest of singles turns into an RBI base hit. A 5-3 game.
That closed the book on Elder. His final line, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Skip all the way to the top of the ninth, still 5-3 Marlins. Ronnie Henriquez on to save it and face Sean Murphy with 2 down.
And the 1-2 pitch. Murphy swings and misses at strike 3. And the Braves lose the series in Miami. For the Braves in the ninth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. And the rubber game goes to the Marlins. Braves now 3-9 on Sundays this year. And once again denied an opportunity to win back-to-back road games for the first time since April. And a sour trip to Miami ends here in this rubber game, with the Marlins taking this one 5-3 over the Braves.
Sandy Alcantara gets the win for the Marlins. He's 4-8 on the year. Bryce Elder tagged with the loss. He's 2-4. Ronnie Henriquez gets the win, gets the save for the Fish, his second of the season. Hey fans, there's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai that you've always wanted. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. We'll take a break. When we come back, you'll hear interviews from the clubhouse. This is the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Napa has the parts and the expertise to help your business stay ahead of the game. That's why Napa is a proud partner of the 2025 Atlanta Braves. 2 legends driven to win from the field to the open road. While Napa is powering fleets and garages across the country, the Braves are delivering pennants, MVPs, and championships. So no matter the size of your business, Napa are the pros that know how to keep you moving at full speed.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 3.99% APR for 72 months, or $1,750 bonus cash. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. Offers end July 7th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Attention Braves fans, ever wanted to win a Yanmar UTV or a Yanmar SA223 tractor? Well, here's your chance. It's the Yanmar Strike Out the Side inning. During the 8th inning of every Braves game, one lucky fan will be selected for a chance to win a Yanmar UTV if the Braves pitcher strikes out the side. Plus, at the end of the season, you could win the grand prize, a Yanmar SA223 tractor. Register now at Braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win the Yanmar Strike Out the Side inning, where the excitement never stops.
Don't miss an incredible lineup of Braves giveaways this season, including bobbleheads, collectibles, and a replica jersey. Visit Braves.com/promos to see them all.
Good calls. They're great in baseball games, and they're even better when you need a law firm. If you've been in an auto accident and need legal representation, do yourself a favor and get the best call there is. One call, that's all. With Ken Nugent and his team. Ken's team fights for you and sticks with you from start to finish, working hard to get you your money quick. Give Ken and his team a call. 404-CALL-KEN. One call, that's all. Ken F.S. Nugent, PC, Attorneys at Law. 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
Hey Braves fans, summer is officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Aero Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Aero protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Braves, so you know you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-AERO or visit aeroexterminators.com.
From playing catch in the front yard to backyard barbecues, your lawn is the backdrop to it all.